It is once again that time where we determine who will claim their destiny to be amongst those in immortality on the grandest stage of them all, as we welcome ourselves into the road to WrestleMania's kickoff with the Royal Rumble. 30 men, 30 women, 2 winners, 2 main event caliber championship matches are on the line. And so we begin simply predicting for the WPLE Predictions League for 2026 with the Royal Rumble tonight in Riyadh. Welcome to the discussion, and to everybody, welcome to the league. Hello, everybody, and welcome back here once again to another edition of Simply Predicting. You know what this is, for I'm the simple man of the simple brand, the voice of the SRS for great for face professional wrestling. Damn it. And my name is Noah Foster. So thank you all for tuning in, whether live or on demand. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. You, of course, will find the Prediction League forum across in the chat amongst all the streams. It will also be in the comment section below once these streams conclude at each respective channel. Please subscribe to each channel. You'll also find it on NoDQ's prediction stream in their comment section. You'll also find a tag with NoDQ.com on the X and also on my X. And you have till 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to make your predictions official and final prior to the start of the Royal Rumble. If they are not submitted by paper form, they do not count. You all get 0. That includes everybody on this panel. But that being said, thank you so much to everybody that is joining. So again, if you want to dictate the conversation further beyond that, besides your predictions, Super Chat, People Have Passions, it's as simple as that. Let's go around the horn and introduce our illustrious panel tonight of simple predictors. First and foremost, I always approve the man with the stats because truly, there is no greater show where it's all about the numbers to get the stats from him. It is great to have Statboy Mikey here on Simply Predicting Royal Rumble once again. Statboy, how are you?
Frigid and cold, because that's what's happening in the eastern portion of Tennessee in Sevier County. It is currently snowing right now. We didn't know about the snow because we thought it was going to be the worst snow in the world, and it was nothing. And now our cars are actually covered right now, so it's not so bad. But things are really going to heat up from the desert of Saudi Arabia, and hopefully when these 30 superstars, be it the men or the women, they will punch their ticket to the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania. As Michael Buffer says, let's get ready to rumble.
Well said. And again, stay warm, and shout out to, of course, the lovely, always positive, and happily endorsed here, of course, Dory Lou, also known as Stat Girl. Hope that she's doing well. And again, take care, my friend. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. That being said, I now have to play this guy onto the field with 100 defense points. It's Emmanuel, folks. Emmanuel, welcome back to 2026. How are you feeling?
I think good. I mean, like, I'm pretty hyped with this Rumble. I mean, like, to be honest, it's like I was seeing the NoDQ, the predictions, and they're giving their thoughts of the ratings. I'm like, it's the Royal Rumble, people. You should be hyped. Like, this is the time of the year of new surprises. Like, I know we got established superstars that we probably don't need that special entrances or anything like that. But it is what it is. Like, I'm hyped for it because I'm looking for the Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. That's the most intriguing match of them all because are they really going to pull that trigger? And and for the women's, like, there's a lot of options. There's like, so it's the men. There's a lot of options that they could go for WrestleMania. So I'm really intrigued and hoping where this might go.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that being said, before we proceed any further, while you bring your own reliable analysis, there is no one that encompasses that word more than Mr. Reliable. Reliable. And Walter Cruz has joined the stream as per usual. Walter, how are you? Are you ready to rumble in literally less than frickin' 14 hours, it seems?
Yep, I'm ready to rumble, and watching SmackDown kind of made things interesting. So I'm ready to see what happens.
Well, it's always great to have you, my brother, and I hope that you and your family are doing well and also staying warm and looking forward to getting your predictions as well. And while you, of course, are always reliable, this gentleman here is always ready to level up. So I'm curious if he levels up to victory this year in the Predictions League. It's good to have Charles Schultz once again part of the stream. Charles, how are you and how you feeling about the Royal Rumble?
Well, I do it good, but also hate Michigan cold weather. It's just hate it. Passion.
Dude, it's the Midwest. This is what we have at least 4 months a year. You get used to it.
Yeah, Michigan just gets almost annoying weather every single week. A month feels like, and that's just being honest. But doing good overall. Enjoying everything.
All right. Well, good deal. Well, it sounds like everyone's in a kipper mood, so it's good to know because I think that regardless, we all need to find some sort of positive outlook towards what's ahead. Yes, we are in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. It's a whole different outlook on the World Rumble as we know it, especially the women. But still, it's the kickoff on the road to WrestleMania. We will see which male or female superstar will get to point to that sign, and then we'll see who gets to try their luck in the Elimination Chamber. But I am looking forward to Royal Rumble because there always is that sense of predictability. Yes, you know maybe the people to a degree that's in it, but you don't know who's coming out next. You don't know who's going to throw out who. You don't know who's going to engage with who to tease something for later. And it's those suspension of disbelief that has kept us engaged with this show that has been an ongoing standard for the Royal Rumble, for the road to WrestleMania, since as long as I can remember. I think this is close to like the 40th Royal Rumble right now. It is for the men alone. Traditional. Keyword traditional. That greatest one, the Jedi mind trick. But that being said, without further ado, gentlemen and Simply Predicting family, Simply Live Studios communities, predictors across the globe that are tuning in live or on demand, that are engaged for professional wrestling sports entertainment, just to see what happens or are becoming part of the league this year. Again, good luck to everybody. Shout out to last year's winner, Adrian Hannigan, of course, who won the TNA league. And shout out to Richard Morales, who won the WWE league. I'm sure they're also in it again this year. But again, let's get right into it. So again, folks, it is once again that time, the kickoff on the road to WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble. This year from the first member emanating from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It starts 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, we will be coming here to the Cinema Studio. Stay tuned for more on that. And of course, we'll have a shorter kickoff than theirs. That's going to be 2 hours because that's nothing futz. But that being said, you can watch along with us here in the States on ESPN. Or if you have a VPN, or if you're international like our Canadian friends, on Netflix. So again, if you get a chance, check it out just to see who will be part of one half of the marquees on the road to WrestleMania. Or just tune into our coverage just to get much more of an entertaining, honest, open, and a different taste of what you could see in WWE and how it's called, and also basically engaged. That being said, it's 4 matches, 2 Royal Rumble matches, 1 championship match, 1 grudge /career threatening match. That is literally it, folks. That is your Royal Rumble card. So we're going to go ahead and get right into things, and I think it only makes sense with 2 Rumbles that we start with one, and why not with the ladies first? As we look towards the 30 women Royal Rumble match, a selection of all-stars and first-time participants have already been announced for this year's Women's Royal Rumble, included but not limited to previous runner-ups Liv Morgan, Io Sky, of course, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, the man, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair, former winners, the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble winner, of course. I'm referring to Asuka. Of course, last year's winner was Charlotte Flair, in case you all forgot, and I believe Bayley won the year prior. Becky Lynch.
Please don't mention Asuka's Rumble win.
I'm sorry, but it's history, dude. It is what it is. You get used to it. And of course, like I said, we have first-time goers here, included but not limited to one Lashley legend, officially now part of the main roster is what I mean, folks, as well as others that I'm sure that could surprise us in Riyadh, despite the fact they'll be fully clothed and they'll probably be sweating like pigs. So that being said, folks, here's how fun this gets. As you see the names ticking across your screen based on what I know. Everybody in the league gets 3 picks. Your primary worth 3, your secondary worth 2, and your wild card or a manual card, I'm just going to call it that tonight because we got this goofball here, worth 1 point. You also will decide which person comes in as entrant number 1 and entrant number 30. So that being said, I played the Emmanuel card, so we'll start with him first. Emmanuel, the floor goes to you on the Women's Royal Rumble. Who are your key 3 wins, and who you think will start off, and who you think will be the last one when the countdown hits 0? Go ahead.
All right. So my first one I put was Bianca Belair as the winner of the Royal Rumble. Yeah, it kind of sucks because Charlotte Flair was the first 2-time Royal Rumble winner for the females, and we're at that point, like, are we actually considering another 2-time winner this soon in the legacy of the Women's Royal Rumble? I think so, because I'm like it would make sense, like, because you really need to have a reason why to promote Jade as a credible SmackDown champion. But I could be wrong, because because that could be Chamber if she's not ready yet. So that's why I'm kind of leaning for the Royal Rumble win, and that'll help the SmackDown side, women's side, and start right now, because right now Jade has nobody but Jordan
The most
Grace
uninteresting champion in WWE. Continue.
Yeah. So yeah, it's sadly it's that. My second runner-up is Liv Morgan. Yeah,
Always surprising.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me near. It's just one of those things, like, she's been the last person getting eliminated for I don't know how many times, like 4 times, 3
At
times.
least.
Thank you.
At least.
And so she's due for one. Like, she's due for a Rumble win. That's for sure.
Well, Io and Liv started off the Royal Rumble last year, to your point.
Yeah. And my last pick, I think I put Roxanne Perez. If I'm not mistaken, I was trying to pull up my prediction, what I put, so I could remember. People double check your predictions, because I lost a point on my TNA prediction, because I put Elijah and I should have put Ali, and somehow I didn't see Ali, so double check. Anyways, and the number 1 entrant of the Rumble, that's the hardest one, to be honest. I think it's going to be probably either Chelsea Green or Becky Lynch, like one of those two, but most likely I'm leaning more towards Becky Lynch, saying more of her gimmick, saying this is injustice, how she's been treated unfairly. That's her gimmick, and about management and everything like that. So she's going to get probably number 1. Or Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green deserves a long Rumble appearance, and it's showing if the rumors are correct, that she's supposed to be the ready for World Women's Champion material. So this is an opportunity to prove that.
I would love that. All right. Well, thank you for that, Manuel. So, again, a lot of food for thought as we go to Stat Boy here. Before that, I want to give a shout out and acknowledge so far who's in, might as well call our own Rumble, the Simply Predicting in collaboration with NoDQ, our Predictions League, as almost 40 of you have put in your predictions so far, including but not limited to Arlene Dominguez, our own Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams, Justin Marchetti, Michael Peters, the original Big Baller, Big G, TJS, the Oof Man, Alistair Kiefer, Darren, Dave Scheffler, Christopher Rod, Charlene, and of course the fearless one, and last year's Scheme NoDQ Predictions League's winner, Caitlin Bella. So again, good luck to everybody. So there you go. So he's got Bianca, he's got Becky, he's got Roxanne, he's got a good plethora. He's obviously figured about people coming back from injury, Stat Boy, as we've seen in the past, and coming back to get the win. Case in point, Charlotte Flair did that literally last year. And again, the jury is out whether or not she should have won that year, but it is what it is. She still won. Before I give it a Stat Boy, I'm going to go ahead and see what the majority picked, at least for their primary for the women. And overall, it does seem like many people are ready to watch her, Stat Boy, have Liv Morgan as their primary. But let's go ahead and get your thoughts. Your 3 picks, your number 1, and your number 30. The floor is yours, good sir.
For the women, Now I know I did submit my. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, let me bring that up really, really quickly so I can.
Always email, by the way, to you folks. You guys have no excuse that you accidentally delete it. So again, that's on you. And shout out to DJ Mutkin also in the chat, who's bringing the idea that maybe somebody from TNA crosses the line to the Royal Rumble with a little bit of known history with a former tag partner. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing that. As long as it's actually Atlanta Black and not Cora Jade, because Cora Jade flopped. And I'm pretty sure Cora Jade has bad taste in WWE's previous handling of her. Anyway, continue, Stat Boy.
My number one was Liv Morgan, because I feel that if she is the one that always competes in certain kinds of matches, i.e. Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, ladder matches, things like that, she's definitely deserved the attempt to get the win, which... Has she won a Rumble before?
Liv Morgan?
Yes. Okay. Point made. If she has been in the Rumble so many times, we do not want her to be the Roman Reigns of the Women's Rumble. We want her to win the Rumble. So therefore, that is why I put her as my number one. She's put in the work. I would say she clearly deserves to get it. My second pick was the man, Becky Lynch. She's as hot as her red hair and her Irish fiery attitude. I mean, if you rate the levels of heat that a heel gets, and we know Becky has won a Rumble before, I believe, as I'm pretty certain she has.
That is correct.
She needs to. She can join the elite group that has had two or more. The title story with Maxine Dupree, excellent way to get heat. If you really want to make the crowd angry, have her win the Rumble. Have her go after the title? Sure, why not? I mean, we know that Becky does her best work when she has a belt around her waist. So that is why I picked Becky. And honestly, my third pick, I went really obscure, and I'm kind of picking a bit of a surprise for the Rumble. It's Tiffy time. I'm having a feeling that Tiffy might come back and reestablish herself if she's been gone. If she doesn't come back, well, then I've wasted a pick, but that's okay. I've heard rumors that she might be having a baby. I don't know if that's true, but if not, hey. I also would love to give a shout out to the costume designers for the Women's Royal Rumble, because as you know, the women have very strict rules as to what they can wear and what they can't wear. So all the costume designers with the WWE that are over in Riyadh right now have put in overtime to properly respect the Saudi people and their beliefs and their religions. So we're going to see a lot of colors, and we're going to see a lot of, I guess, what the IWC is calling cat suits. That's not to be a derogatory term, but essentially that's what they can be considered. However, I do believe one time Ronda Rousey wore her judo gi to the ring, and that was deemed acceptable. So there you go with that. My number one, it's only because of what she has been saying in interviews with Chris Van Pelt and on WWE Unreal, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green has no problem doing what is necessary to get the pop, to get the heat, to get the fans to love her, to get the fans to hate her. So coming out at number one makes perfect sense. She can come out as number one and possibly get eliminated soon and then go crying back to Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce, because that is what her character does. It's a beautiful storyline. It fits her perfectly. So I'm going with that. And as my number 30, save the best for last, and that's going to be Mommy. I think we're going to really, really wait just to hear This Is My Brutality, and Rhea comes out, and then Hopefully, there'll still be a lot of ladies in the ring so that Mommy can just come out and dominate. I really wanted to put her in my top 3 picks for a win, but Mommy doesn't need to win all the time to be a top female competitor. Just her being Mommy is good enough for me. So there you go.
All right. Well, well done there. Okay, I'll go ahead and take things from here, and let's go ahead and take a look at what everyone says as far as their secondary goals, which is much more obscure. Still a lot of Liv Morgans, but actually many people for a secondary have the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, close to about 25%. It's one of those things, though, where I think about this women's rumble, and I think about, like, have you really built anybody to be a standout, to that should win, that needs to win, in our opinion, similar to how Becky Lynch became the man and won it prior to, of course, a WrestleMania 35, just so you're aware. For me, though, I think you got to start off big. You got to get the crowd hot, especially the women are going to kick things off. So I think you need somebody that's going to bring the energy, bring the noise, or if nothing else, the audience will sing to it, because Saudi Arabia, the fans, they do care about this. That being said, I also look at, okay, the champions now, Jade Cargill, absolutely the most uninteresting thing in WWE. Freaking Stephanie Valkyrie, is she only going on a Latino spree? Is she only going up against Judgment Day? Are we going to run back a classic from NXT? Are we going to get a first time? Because I also got to look at the current landscape of champions. So, in simple, my Royal Rumble picks, my top one, I did go with Liv Morgan. I do think Liv Morgan is due for that big chance. She's been a pioneer of Monday Night Raw and for Judgment Day, and guiding Roxanne Perez, who has not been on the main roster even for 1 full year yet, since they no longer are currently the tag champions. And I also want to think that the Royal Rumble should be not champions already. I think it's a chance for her to try and break on her own again as a singles, and I think her and Stephanie could have a very interesting match. So I'm actually going with Liv Morgan, who, by the way, folks, has yet to have a main event WrestleMania moment as well. Ain't that some crazy nonsense? So I actually went with Liv. My secondary, though, if the only reason that Jade Cargill is holding that championship, besides being on the cover of Fitness Monthly, is to weigh on the EST, then I gotta go with Bianca. I don't know how long it takes for her finger to heal, whatever her injury is, but if they literally only are going to rely on 4 women for that championship in the SmackDown Women's Division, let's be honest, and one of them was a tag team champion, one of them's lead champion, the other one's a juggernaut that's John Jack Dilly since joining WWE, then all you got left is the EST. And I think she's been removed from the World Championship picture long enough. And I think maybe this is the time we have 2 bitches going at each other, even though it hasn't been a legit bitch in WWE since Ronda Rousey. But still, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, first of her one-on-one matchup. You pick up where they left off with the fall with Naomi. I think Bianca Belair is a fair shout-out. As far as the third, Mikey, I'm quite surprised. You and I are on the same wavelength. You know that giant, big, round thing on the right end of the set's going to be an hourglass? When the sands of time run out, I think Tiffy time will happen. And I think Tiffy Stratton does make a return from injury and maybe win it all. She's actually my third. It wouldn't surprise me if she was number 30 because the world runs on Tiffy time. And that title hasn't run on any damn thing since he lost it due to injury. So I have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and Tiffany Stratton. As far as number 1, though, again, bring the noise, bring the bolstering. Think about those who are in a story right now that when the counterpart comes out, it goes big. Number 1 for me, I picked the man, Becky Lynch. I think Becky wants to make sure she's above everybody else, starting with she's the first one out the gate at the Royal Rumble, and she controls the ring for a duration. Some of the Brock Lesnar, if you remember that Royal Rumble, of course, we eliminated like half the field. I don't think Becky will do that, though, but I do think Becky will meet her undoing later, but will set the pace. As far as number 30, I think it has to be a massive return. I think it needs to be somebody coming back from the injury. And I think Tiffany Stratton checks that box off. Because Tiffany Stratton last year, if you remember, started off cashing in Women's Money in the Bank at Nia Jax. That was her time. I think her time comes here at the Royal Rumble to start for 2026. So my number 30 is Tiffany Stratton. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, let's go ahead now. Emmanuel, I do see your hand real quick before we go to Mr. Reliable. What do you got to say real quick?
I forgot to mention my number 30. AJ Lee. That's my number 30.
What?
That's
okay. AJ Lee. Well, I mean, hey, Becky starts off and AJ Lee comes out last.
I'm about to say there's a reason for that. It's because since she's kind of like a part timer right now, and she doesn't wrestle as much, just give her the last spot. That way, she doesn't injures herself or gets tired as quickly. So,
Overexert.
yeah, or
Overexert. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I appreciate that take. All right, Walter, my brother, it's on you. As far as the wild card or third pick, I mean, names are skewed over the board, but primarily they got right now Tiffany Stratton and Jordan Grace at a tie, 6 for 6 right now as far as my predictions pool goes. Again, I don't know the names. I just see literally stats and percentages. That's the way I look at things on simply predicting, not prior. So that being said, Walter, it's on you, bro. Your 3 picks and your number 1, your number 30 for the women's Royal Rumble. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll start a little different. I'll put my number 30
Go for it.
entrant was AJ Lee. I was on the same thought of Emmanuel. I just feel like you don't want her to overexert herself. She'll be in the ring. I feel like Becky Lynch will be in the ring, and she's gonna eliminate Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to put it out there. I do think there's gonna be a surprise. And you know what? No, I'll save it for later because actually the surprise I'll talk about is the men's.
Fair
Because
enough.
I feel like I know some. I think number 1 is going to be Lash Legend, and here's why. I think the company is very high on her. She's going to have a very, very strong showing, and she's going to last like at least an hour in there. So she's going to be the number 1 entrant. I don't think she's going to win or anything, but she's going to look super strong, especially when Nia gets in there. They can eliminate a lot of people together. So
Oh,
I just
Jesus.
feel like, yeah, I feel like Lash Legend, the company's behind her, and they're just going to have her have a big showing. I mean, it started last year when she body slammed Otis. Like I just feel like the company's always been behind her, and they're just gonna show that off. So I really feel like she'd be number 1, and she's gonna last like at the least an hour.
But not beat Roxanne Perez's time of 63 minutes, who currently is, I believe, the Iron Woman of the Women's Royal Rumble.
She is. So for my number 1 pick, I went with Liv Morgan simply because she's been the runner-up of the last 3 Royal Rumbles. So I feel like it's time for her to get a due. Plus, her Judgment Day teammates might help, and then when they finally turn on each other, Liv will take advantage of that. My number 2 pick, I went with Jordan Grace.
Ooh.
I feel like they didn't give her the best NXT run, and I feel like they might make it up on the main roster. And I feel like she had several title shots on NXT, and they never quite pulled the trigger simply because they knew she was main roster bound. So I just feel like that's why they did it that way. So her and Jade have been having this rivalry, so that's the way you can get to it and make it a WrestleMania match by having her win. And then the third one, based on what's going on SmackDown, I mean on Raw and everything that I went with a shot. I went with Raquel Rodriguez. I feel like the company's all behind her. Raquel is a very strong woman. She's huge. She's calling herself Big Sexy now, like Kevin Nash. I feel like that Kevin Nash tweet that he sent, she really took it to heart and really wanted to show how big of a person she is. And Raquel Rodriguez, that weird disease or virus she got, lost like almost 2 years of her career and everything. It's time to make up for lost time. So I feel like Raquel Rodriguez should win. So that's my third pick.
I really like the fact you put Raquel in the mix. Raquel being a former NXT Women's Champion. It does feel like the Raquel from my NXT when she was dominating. And of course, she won the title against Io Sky. And since this program of her and Stephanie, Raquel has never looked stronger in herself, I think, to your point, since that sickness that took 2 years of her career. I always thought Raquel was more than just a tag team specialist, but I always figured they were going to pigeonhole her there. Now, the fact of the matter is she is challenging Stephanie Valkyria for the Women's Heavyweight Championship Monday night on Raw in the Philadelphia Street Fight, so jury is out. But I do like the fact that we are giving Raquel a little bit more of a chance because she is one of the more tested vets and bigger players in WWE. So I like that a lot. So good stuff. And again, I love the fact that right now all these are very dynamic and we've got a lot of interesting names here. Plus, Jordan Grace just mollywop freaking Jade Cargill backstage on SmackDown. So I do think you're on point that it is going to be set up, but I don't know if they're going to set that up for WrestleMania. All right.
Raquel, I don't think anyone's been able to get under Stephanie's skin the way Raquel did.
This is
Not even JC Jen got into Stephanie's head the way Raquel did.
Yeah, we don't talk about that name for reasons, but I do understand your point. Still the biggest WTF last year. That NXT, not my NXT. Anyway, all right. Well, that being said, Charles, before I give things to you, let's go ahead and take a look at everyone's majority thing in number 1 and number 30 is going to be. Number 1, skewed across the board. We got the man, Becky Lynch, Chelsea Green, Io Sky, Bayley, who, of course, was the previous Iron Woman and won the Royal Rumble 2 years ago. And also someone put down even the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble champion, Asuka, all as the openers. As far as the closers go, people are definitely lobbying more for a return of the EST majorly with Bianca Belair, while others are thinking about Charlotte Flair or even Nia Jax. So just some food for thought. That being said, Charles, it's on you. Your 3 picks and your number 1 and your number 30. Go ahead.
Oh boy. We're really doing this, huh? 3? Okay. 3 picks, right? All right.
Yeah.
First, number 1, Liv Morgan. I just see it. And probably she's going to throw out Raquel at the end, and that's going to cause more dissension. And I'm not going to be surprised if the Raw was time match WrestleMania, it's actually not a one-on-one match. It gets made to a triple threat.
Oh, look, God, we get away from that freaking stipulation.
Unfortunately, that's going to apply to the men's Rumble, unfortunately, and the no time match. So, sorry, no.
Damn it.
So there you go. And number two, Bianca Belair. And also, I think it's more than a knuckle. It's now a knuckle injury, too. Knuckle problems with the finger as well. So it's actually got worse.
Ew. Ouch. Damn.
Which, it's again, we haven't heard anything from damn near a long time. So I don't know if Bianca's even going to show up.
Fair enough.
If not here, maybe at a chamber. I don't know. But as far as number... So now I got the 3rd pick here. Okay. Damn, I ain't really...
That's why it's the 3rd pick. It's a wild card. It's the one that you think, okay, maybe she has a chance, or maybe you want to see it, or you could just go Jerry Slaughter crazy.
I'll do that for the men's. Not here. I'll do that for the men's. Number 3, I'll go with EO. Just for the random sake.
She hasn't won it yet, so okay, that's fair. And again, the jury is out. Can Mommy beat Io in one-on-one action? Will it ever happen? To be continued. Add roundabout music and a screenshot here. Non-copyright. No, I'm not doing that. All right. Now that being said, you're number 1 and you're number 30.
Number 1, I agree with Becky Lynch. But if Becky Lynch is number 1, then everyone should probably expect who should be number 2 easily on that end.
Jeez, you're lining it up quickly.
Well, it makes sense. But as far as number 30 goes, it ties to my 2nd pick. 3rd would have to be Bianca.
She's won in Saudi Arabia before. I mean, let's not forget, she won the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia to earn a championship opportunity against the man, Becky Lynch, ironically, prior to WrestleMania 38. So lightning could strike twice here from this territory. All right. Fair enough. So I like the fact that we all think we're definitely going to have at least, I guess you call it surprise, coming back from injury. We got Tiffany Stratton, we got Bianca Belair. Does anyone think we're going to see like some sort of like legend show up here? It's in Saudi Arabia. So again, I think also that type of fight is also limited. Do we got like any legend names or any other like unique surprises? Any NXT names you think currently on the NXT roster you think could show up? I did see your hand, Charles. You want to throw out a name here real quick before we move on?
Well, yeah. Well, we're going to probably expect a lot of probably surprises at both of them. They'll probably have Saudi involvement anyway in both Rumbles. So,
well, as far as I know, WWE doesn't have any women with Syrian descent, but yeah.
Well, I will be surprised to just bring Alita back out of nowhere.
Maybe Dumas.
And also NXT. Well, who knows now? Well, It'll be interesting to talk about NXT after this week.
And stay tuned for more on that, folks, because I'm sure that's going to be a topic on Shenanigans, the week of moderated wrestling conversation of Mass with Wrestling JJ Williams. Stay tuned for more on that tomorrow, Saturday Shenanigans. Lord help us all. All right. Well, thank you for that. We'll probably talk more about surprise stuff at the end when we just shoot the breeze, because, again, NXT, AAA, Raw, SmackDown, catering. You tell me. We'll talk more about that later. Oh, duh. Natty. I could definitely see Natty and Maxine picking things up here in the Women's Rumble, considering right now that might be the only other legitimate storyline going on in the women's division in WWE, and that's some crazy shit. But anyway, different conversation. All right. That being said, let's move away from
speaking of Natty, didn't I call that? That was going to happen?
You did. Now, whether or not Natty seriously pushed in WWE, the jury is out. Just gonna leave it at that. All right. Well, that being said, that moves us away from a Royal Rumble. Let's go ahead now into what's going to be filler action, and I use that term lightly because yeah. All right, I'll still do the thing because it is him, but this match has me all sorts of different ways right now thinking. Before I give it to Mr. Reliable, ladies and gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for your reigning career killer, the Ring General, GUNTHER, going one-on-one for the second time, and very well the last time, against the phenomenal AJ Styles for the second time ever in singles action. But if AJ Styles loses here, AJ Styles must retire. I'm not going to say another word because I saw his matches in the private chat. It's on you, Mr. Reliable. Write a phenomenal ending to this or a bittersweet symphony. Who you got winning?
This match has got me so back and forth, but it wasn't until Raw where I made my final decision because of the special wording that AJ Styles said on Monday Night Raw when he was on this promo and he was talking about GUNTHER, and he said he could have the potential to end my WWE career. He did not specify his entire career. His contract, if you believe rumors, expires in February. His debut was 10 years ago, 2016, Royal Rumble. It's poetic justice that it should end on the Royal Rumble. So I feel like GUNTHER will win, but AJ's career extends a little because he's going to do that last second TNA run. He's not going to completely retire. That's why they keep specifying WWE. Michael Cole said WWE career. He said WWE career, and I believe Cody. Everybody keeps mentioning WWE. They don't just say his wrestling career is over. So I feel like those are little hints. I think AJ's got like maybe a couple of months little run in TNA. He wants to end it where he began it. Maybe he signs like a per appearance thing or a 3 months thing. Maybe. I don't think he's one of the wrestlers that don't have an ego. So I don't think he wants to make a big deal out of his retirement. So he's just going to make a little run and then ride off to the sunset because all he cares about is being there for his son who plays football, and he just wants to be there for all his football games and things like that. So he's a family man at heart. So he's just going to go away into the sunset without making a big tour like Cena did. So I just feel like AJ loses here, but it's not the end of his entire wrestling career. He's going to do a little stint in TNA.
You're really hoping for that one last impact. All right, fair enough. Well, that being said, Walter has set the ballot to the Ring General Guma. For those that don't know about what becomes traditional matches here, simply predicting, I basically have a round-robin forum of people who give their predictions based on the quantity of the card. And since we're dealing with 4 matches here, everyone will speak their piece. And shout out to...
I honestly feel like they shouldn't have did this match.
Honestly,
it should have been GUNTHER and AJ if you would have did it at Royal Rumble. Because at WrestleMania, because what I would have wanted was AJ to be in the Royal Rumble, Leon Slater to be on the Royal Rumble, and AJ has to eliminate Leon, and that's how you tease that X Division title in TNA. And I feel like they should have did that rather than do this. I feel like this was rushed. But who am I? Not a booker.
Well, here's a spoiler for you folks. So let me just go ahead and warn you all right now. At the end of this countdown, there will be spoilers for TNA Wrestling this week, so stay tuned.
Ooh yeah, do.
Stop that. Daria Ray is trying to convince Leon Slater to use option C on the X Division Championship to go after the TNA World Championship, so your match may never happen. That being said, name seeing, of course, we already discussed the Women's Royal Rumble. You can go back and check out the conversation for that as we gave our 3 picks, number 1, number 30. It was spread across the board, primarily with Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, and Becky Lynch, Chelsea Green, names that were announced, Jordan Gray / Legend. I hope that brings you up to speed. Thank you for tuning in. But that being said, back to this match. Figure for that Walter. Good luck in that final impact that you want as he approaches near 3,000 matches in his 26-year-long career. As, of course, he's trying to retire before he's 50. But to Walter's point, he has been in WWE now for a decade, and it's also the most that he's actually wrestled versus New Japan Pro Wrestling. Just saying, even though he was the inaugural X Division Championship in the house he built. TNA Wrestling. What is this TNA nowadays? I have no damn idea, especially when Steve Macklin fired. I'm fine. That being said, I'm fine. But thank you, Walter. Okay, so that being said, Walter picked Walter. For those that don't know Walter's original name, fuck W slave names, was Walter on the independent scene. Okay, let's go around the horn and continue this conversation. I'm just going to go counterclockwise this time. Stat Boy, you're up next. Your thoughts on this match?
I'm going to go with my football brother over here. I'm going to, we all know that in career-ending matches, when a wrestler is getting ready to hang it up, they do the right thing and they go out with a loss. So AJ has had a great career in WWE. He teased Bullet Club, with Anderson and Gallows, Boneyard match with The Undertaker, a couple good runs as champion. He's done everything he possibly can do. I would have liked to have seen him win a Rumble at least once. That would have just been it. He's definitely a Hall of Famer career, unlike Bill Belichick. Yeah, I said it. I had to throw that in there because believe me, next week we're going to talk about that too. But yes, and again, you've touched on the points. This is their second match ever. Gunther did defeat AJ on Raw, and then now it's the stipulation of career ending. And with the TNA thing, that makes sense as well, since TNA and WWE have, or TNA and TKO, or however you want to call it, do have a partnership. So he still can show up on whenever there's crossovers and things like that. Do I want to see him win? Yes. Will he win? No. Will he put up a good match? Absolutely. I mean, we here at the Casa, we have history with AJ, all the way going back to PWG when he was fighting Christopher Daniels, and we were there just after the birth of his first kid, and we were all very proud of the new Papa, and we were like, AJ, congratulations on having a baby. And he quickly brought out his wallet, and he's like, look at these pictures. Look at these pictures. There's my son. That's my son. And we were all so happy for him. Great career. And now that you had said, his WWE career, but not his wrestling career, the light goes on. Gunther wins. Do I want to see him tap out? Not really. A pinfall is just as good, but and Gunther is now evolving. He's the new career killer. Can't say legend killer because that's taken, but he's the new career killer. So Gunther wins.
Not to mention, he might be killing a legend killer sooner than we think, because Brent Orton's literally the last of that original class, and we're being perfectly honest. But thank you for that. That being said, two Gunthers. The poll here of the 40 are not unanimous, but in a favor of 3-1, it is in favor of the Ring General Gunther winning. It's just one of those things where if you brought Gunther back to his old school traits, black and gray, to Korvac's New World Symphony NXT variation, but still close enough. Again, fuck Death Rebel. Death Rebel sucks. So at least he's finally off that shit. And he's the career killer. Killed Goldberg. Killed John Cena. Now kills AJ Styles. People think that he's going to kill Brock Lesnar. People think he's going to kill Randy Orton. People think he might kill literally anybody that's thinking about retirement. He incapacitated John Cena, who smiled with his last breath. Does AJ Styles literally go fading into that good night without tapping out? Does his body give out? Does he get powerbombed into oblivion? We don't know. But there's a reason that obviously Gunther pushed this caveat against AJ for his own selfish needs. Not to mention, Gunther already declared himself to be in the Royal Rumble, and he plans on winning it. So it looks like he plans on working double duty. But it's just one of those things where, again, this match, placement alone is going to have an impact so much on both these men, win or defeat for the phenomenal one particularly. But right now, if Gunther loses again at this point, what are we doing with the man? What are we doing with the man? He's the opposite of Brock Lesnar. He's not special attraction. He's literally, I'm here to lose when that matters most versus win where it doesn't matter significantly. Seriously, toss Gunther a ball, but don't pigeonhole him in a championship picture where he's just a WrestleMania trade-off. And I hope Royal Rumble is not the new trade-off. I got to go with Gunther as well, reluctantly. As far as AJ goes, though, if this is truly, quote-unquote, WWE, yeah, TNA makes perfect sense for him to finish it out, but does he need to finish it out for the Estrogen Championship or the World Championship? Considering TNA barely has a roster as it is, might as well be a skeleton crew. That's kind of where my mindset's at. Then again, Frank Kazarian did bring Daria Ray into a room and says, we need to talk. And one of Frank Kazarian's greatest rivals and friends is the phenomenal AJ Styles. So could Kazarian be setting himself up for a match against him, possibly? Or just going back out to the TNA World Championship? Again, utter food for thought. Either way.
So where does time go? I can't believe it's been 10 years that AJ debuted.
Yep. It's crazy to think. Number 3, by the way, in the Royal Rumble that year against not our tribal chief, but shoved down our throat babyface, Roman Reigns.
And they fucked up the camera angle.
Oh, yeah, they did. But hey, you know what? They recaptured on YouTube, so I guess you call that recovery. That being said, the top row right now is Imperium, unanimous with the Ring General Gunther. Let's go down to the bottom row. Charles, you're next. Your thoughts on this match. Go ahead.
God. This match.
Right?
I agree. I questioned why on earth is this not at WrestleMania? Which is why.
Simon Miller. Here's why.
It may be because his contract's up in February and he doesn't want to do a little extension. I really feel like that's the only reason.
Either that or AJ's that literally thinking, I'm done in general.
Well, he did make that promise to himself, as we all learned.
So that's kind of the thing at hand here. But then we kind of should have also said we probably should have now got the first match on that random Raw. If we didn't have the first match this month, then probably maybe at the Chamber, and then we will probably got the rematch at Mania instead with the stipulation. That would have been much better.
I do.
It was a ratings grab. Yep, this should have been the first match.
The damn right it should have been.
Yeah, literally. And you would still have the same ending, and then you could just send this to the freaking WrestleMania. And in the Chamber, nah, this is WrestleMania worry. But as far as this goes, also for all we know, it could be a swerve, and AJ could win this. So we'll go for get it protect. Probably at the DQ or something. Who knows?
DQ would protect AJ Styles, I would think.
And probably Gover doesn't have to take a pinfall loss or any loss. And then we probably still, AJ will probably extend this to Mania, and that's where we get the stipulation again. And that's where AJ will lose. But
I just think there's something different for Gunther at WrestleMania, and it's not concerning a championship. Just saying.
Well, eventually they're probably... No. Realistically, Walter, that's SummerSlam, not WrestleMania.
It's Minneapolis. It makes so much sense. But
just say Minneapolis. Come on.
Charles,
it speaks for itself. But as far as this goes...
Here's something else that speaks for itself. Don't put logic and WWE in the same sentence, but continue.
Well, We do at times.
And it backfires. But continue.
Well, still. But I can't see Gopher losing at all to no one until someone is built up enough that's worthy enough to beat him after this run he's had, which is going to be the problem. Who on the roster that's going to be built up enough to do it? Which also means Logan Paul might as well get another world title run, and he can't lose that belt, so whoever's worthy to beat him.
Well, we're in for a long haul again.
Well, unfortunately, it's how it's got to be.
All right.
The other thing is, if he doesn't beat AJ, you kind of threw out what he did to Cena. You made this big deal out of retiring Cena, and then he loses his very next rivalry. So it's like you booked yourself in a corner.
And also, it's funny how Time and them trademarked career killer, so probably expect that to be a shirt quicker rather than later. This week, too, they trademarked it, too, so it's like, oh, that's timing.
Well, you know, foreshadowing, right? I mean, hey.
Literally, and also AJ Styles said on SmackDown, the phenomenal farewell tour. It's like, okay, you're doing a tour thing, so it's kind of Cena-esque. And he's going to pull a Cena-esque anyway. Farewell tour.
Oy vey. How much history repeats itself and doesn't become better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that being said, though, you got Gunther.
Yeah. Probably the pinfall. Because no way. AJ shouldn't tap out.
I kind of agree. I can't remember the last time that AJ Styles submitted to an opponent in WWE.
I am going to be crazy enough to say he taps out Brock, though.
Okay. That's a whole different conversation. But,
hey,
okay.
and if that happens, if we ever do a super predicted for SummerSlam, that's the match. I'm making that my official prediction. Brock taps out Gopher. Not Gopher, taps out Brock. There we go.
I got you. I'm going to timestamp that as far as here goes. Also, yeah, botched, but okay. Thank you for that.
Look,
right,
if that happens, and y'all cover that, and that happens, I'm going to sit and watch and go, you bet against me now? You bet against me now?
Charles was right.
You doubted me before?
All right, I'll just say Charles was right.
A broken clock is right twice a day, Charles.
Okay, Walter.
He's not wrong, though. That's actually accurate. LED or analog, that is accurate. All right, but thank you for that, Charles. That being said, it's for Gunther's. Emmanuel, it really felt like to me AJ Styles one of his best matches in recent memory against Shinsuke Nakamura, if not his best WWE match against Shinsuke Nakamura, who was as close to him as a brother, if not a mentor. That fist bump going all the way back to Wrestle Kingdom 10 to that Saturday night's main event felt like a true full circle moment. If there's anyone in WWE that was as close to AJ Styles, closer than Shinsuke Nakamura when it came to their bond, I dare say I don't know who outside John Cena. And John Cena and them had their last match at Crown Jewel out of happenstance. It was the best one they had out of their previous trilogy. But that being said, it's one of those things where you fight that hard to show how phenomenal you truly are. What more do you need to give versus how much left you think you have versus what you're willing to do in the name of just being a family man. Priorities over passions. This has been the man's life and passion now for over half his damn existence. Now he just wants to be a family man, and I think he's absolutely earned that. And I do think he's looking more towards that. So trademarks, farewell, TNA, Impact, surprise mother-effer, be damned. It just feels like to me, as far as WWE goes, AJ Styles has nothing more he needs to give based on everything I've heard tonight and everything I've been thinking about. So let's go ahead. God forbid you play your damn trap card and see if you act like an idiot, or do you actually agree with us? Floor is yours. What do you think, Gunther or AJ? Are you the odd one out?
I would not play the Emmanuel card, unfortunately. This is unanimous. Gunther's going to win this match. I kind of saw this coming because a lot of people were complaining, like, how can you end AJ Styles' career in the Royal Rumble this early in 2026 when he's announcing that that's his last year? And like, well, it makes sense because he debuted in the Rumble. Plus, there's other people on the IWC wanting him to go to AEW. But let's face facts, even if he did go to AEW, Tony is not going to give him a 1-year contract. He's not.
Look, people just want him to go to
As
AEW
much as-
for one reason and one reason only, and that's to just face freaking Kenny Omega.
Yeah. If it's like a one-off match, then I could see it. But if it's like more than longer than Tony Khan wants that, he's not going to sign that. He's done. Like you could tell by his voice, he wants to spend that time with his family. He's a family man. You have to appreciate that, respect that. If he goes to TNA, it's fine. Like TNA doesn't do recordings that much. It's only like once every month or twice in the month, right, Noah? That's how the game feed works.
Yes.
Okay. And he provided a great career. Like we had the John Cena vs AJ Styles. Like I like those matches between those two. And I'm not a John Cena fan, and he brought out the best of John Cena.
Gee, you wouldn't surprise me with that comment.
And brought up the best of John Cena. That's face facts. But so it's one of those things. Like it's sad to see his career wind out. And the only problem I had with this match is this should have been a submission match, in my opinion. That way, or I quit match. That way you could hear AJ Styles saying I quit, unfortunately. And that would be more poetic because he's fighting for his career, and him saying I quit, just chef kiss. But they didn't get this idea. That's how Pat to creative is. They should really fire Bruce Pritchard. They should really fire whoever's over 60 years old. They should really get more younger, creative, dirty creative, more younger. That way, it feels more fresher than feel like, because it's a joke. Because we heard the rumor Bruce Pritchard wanted Gunther to lose to Pat McAfee. That would just kill Gunther. So
I don't read into rumors, but just hearing that from you just made me want to barf in my mouth.
Actually, that was true if you watch Unreal. So actually, that was true.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what was true? Because I don't watch Unreal.
Me neither.
Matt-
Guys, go ahead and educate Walter real quick again, please.
Bruce Pritchard actually wanted Pat McAfee to beat Gunther in their match.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Hell no.
Thank goodness Triple H turned that down.
Well, I mean, even Paul Levesque can make a smart decision at his age and his role. All right. That being said, that freaking writer's room might as well be a bunch of monkeys jumping around, ripping papers apart. Okay. Good God almighty. That being said, it is unanimous, though, as far as this match goes. With all of us, the Vin General Gunther beats the Phenomenal One, and AJ Styles' career is over. Okay. Well, good job, everybody. Let's go ahead and move on from there to...
They better be real careful where they place this match.
Right.
Tell you that much, because you're gonna put it. I was gonna say you're gonna let the air out of the arena, but it's a stadium and it's open, so you can't let the air out. But
that doesn't mean that
figuratively speaking, they're gonna let the air out of the arena if he loses his career and everything, and then you do the Rumble right after. It's like people aren't gonna react the way you want them to, because they're still gonna be in shock and awe of AJ retiring.
Which is why I think they're going to try and play Damage Control, not that group that died a horrible death way too late than it should have, but they're going to play Damage Control with a guy that they absolutely love and endorse, that always smiles and brings a smile to anybody's lives. And that being said, it's time for Charles to kick this match off. Charles gets first dibs. Let's talk about the Undisputed WWE Championship with Drew McIntyre versus, yep, that's not a Photoshop, folks, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's first chance for the gold since facing the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns in Montreal, of course, a few years ago for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. God, that's still a mouthful. That being said, for those that have not followed WWE for a little while, and again, here at the Survival Studios, we don't judge, but also I don't blame you. Drew McIntyre is once again no longer bored at work and is the Undisputed WWE Champion. He, of course, won the title in 3 Stages of Hell against Cody Rhodes in a steel cage, going 2-1 against the American Nightmare, which means a lot of people who call a politician no longer head of office in WWE. That being said, we had a fatal four-way Saturday night's main event with Trick Williams, Randy Orton, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn in all places, by the way, Canada. And it was first pinfall submission 1. A Haluva kick set up against Damian Priest with great timing. Sami Zayn punches ticket to Saudi Arabia. Might as well be called Saudi Mania at this point, despite the fact this place is getting WrestleMania next year. God help us. That being said, Sami Zayn, who has had huge success here, of course, in Saudi Arabia, now looks to get his first ever WWE World Championship since the NXT Championship. So while Drew McIntyre once had a theme called Broken Dreams, I Make Them Come True, can Sami Zayn reach for his dreams to the point he could capture magic in a bottle like he did at NXT or Evolution and make this the year that we finally go to Zayn Mania with him as the undisputed WWE champion? Charles, it's on you. Do you have a brand new undisputed WWE champion on the road to this year's WrestleMania? Or, unfortunately, does Drew McIntyre continue to repeat history against Sami Zayn in WWE and Claymore his head off?
Charles, before you go, just a reminder, Sami Zayn is undefeated in Saudi.
Yes, that is correct.
Ooh. Look at Walter taking my job here.
I was going to say, I was expecting that from Stat Boy. What the heck?
Look, Stat Boy's not the only one that does stats. He's just the stat guy we acknowledge, but obviously he taught me and Walter finger to and he approves. That being said, thank you, Walter, and thank you, Stat Boy.
Well, yeah.
Now, Charles, it's on you. Go for it.
It's on me. Well, one, Sami Zayn, you're not winning the title this year. Because you're winning that title next year in Saudi Mania. You're not winning this year. It's how it's going to be.
Simple as that, right? Nothing else to say.
Yeah, basically. And I probably expect Sami to lose. Probably some bullfuckery. That's how it is.
Yeah, you know, you're not wrong. That's kind of been the MO of his career.
And also, I'm just waiting to see Drew just take a picture outside the arena. Go get a camera phone and just take a picture. Everybody post on Twitter. Go, I'm still bored at work. Give me somebody else or something.
Well, he's got the men's Royal Rumble to think about that, but at least he knows it won't be Cody Rhodes unless he wins the Royal Rumble. Because again,
well,
no rematch.
Well, apparently, he must have excluded the chamber, but you know.
Yeah, that's true. All right. That being said, yeah, it's fair. Charles is set up for Drew McIntyre. Let's go around the horn and see what the rest of y'all think. We went counterclockwise last time. We're going to go clockwise this time. So I guess it's on me. Yeah, Drew's winning. The guy that has been literally a carrot in WWE.
I love the way you said it. Yeah, Drew's winning.
For the last year, who was bored going to work because all he kept doing was losing. Out on opportunity for the title. Finally has the title again in front of people, but for himself. He might become the new Bobby Roode at this point with this championship if WWE rolls with that, if he wants to be that selfish. Do I think it's going to be just as glorious? Hell no. Do I think Drew McIntyre deserves the chance? Absolutely. So that being said, Sami Zayn is here for one thing and one thing only. The pop. And I'm not talking about Mountain Dew or Pepsi, which is the official sponsor, by the way, in case you all actually looked at those logos. Good Lord Almighty. And yes, I'll be drinking Mountain Dew during this match. I guarantee you that. But that being said, I expect a lot of Louis kicks. I expect Claymore chaos. I expect the audience to go bananas. I don't want to see a riot, but I also don't see Sami Zayn beating Drew McIntyre. I got Drew winning. Okay, Stat Boy, it's on you.
Well, I think I did pick Drew in this match as well because we all know with the history of the Royal Rumble and championship matches, the title does not change hands. However, I will correct my brother here, Mr. Reliable. Yes, it is true that Drew has beaten Sami 11 times in singles matches, but Sami has won twice in War Games matches. Now, that does not mean that Sami, of course, has pinned Drew. And yes, this is the how many times can you get kicked in the head and still get up afterwards? Right. It has been no secret that, and I have said this on multiple shows in all universes, Drew bitching about the title, saying that he wants the title, he wants the title, he wants the title. He's finally got it. Now he's got the opportunity to do something with it. But then here comes Sami. Sami does deserve the title. He is a workhorse. We know this from the indies. We know this as El Generico and Mr. Wrestling. We know his stories with Kevin Owens and how well, and everything they've gotten together. And Sami is in the top 3 of funny superstars that should never leave WWE. Truth being one of them. Of course, Truth is at the top. Sami is right there, feeling oozy. Need I say more? Now,
damn it.
They're writing this story wrong. I agree with you on that. This should be done at WrestleMania. This should not be done at Royal Rumble. What they should do, and this is a bit of a spoiler for the prediction in the men's Rumble, Sami should win the Rumble in Riyadh. Of course, as we know, there was many a year where Sami, I believe he either chose not to go to Riyadh or the Saudis did not allow him to come in. Either way, he is now allowed to come and perform. So that could be a little bit of a, do we bring him back in and then we create more history by letting a person of Sami's heritage, which I do not know, and I don't want to be wrong about it, into Saudi to win a title? If things have been totally smoothed over, then yes, do it. If not, then they're playing the safety card and they're like, Sami, we like what you're doing, but we're going to Saudi. We have to respect their traditions. When we come back to the States, everything will be fine. Does Sami deserve the title? Absolutely. Should he win the Rumble? Yes. In fact, I'll spoil my prediction for the men's Rumble. I do believe that I picked him 3rd in there. Unfortunately, Drew just got the belt 22 days ago. He like I said, he's been complaining about the title. He's got the title. Good for you. You got it. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Now do something with it and hold on to it for more than 5 minutes and 34 seconds, which you did earlier in your second reign.
Damn.
I know, right?
And don't sing with Tyson Fury this time.
We don't talk about that, especially.
And also, it's like, what is it with Drew and international matches? Clash at the Castle. Had to go to Berlin to get the WWE title off of Cody. Now they're in Saudi. Can Drew not win in the United States? Legitimate question. I'm going to probably do some research on that one, okay? I mean, you take him. You took him over to Clash. Did he win at Clash at the Castle? No.
No.
Okay, so there goes that question out the window. But he goes over to Berlin and takes the title off of Cody. Then comes back. Well, I mean, WrestleMania is in Las Vegas, so if who knows. But right now, again, I'm giving this match to Drew because, the Rumble and the championship, I don't want to call this the bathroom break because it's Sami. I mean, and we're going to find out which kick is more worse, the Haluva kick or the Claymore. Either way, you're going to get your face caved in. I like the Haluva kick a little bit better, though.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
Drew wins.
Well, you're not getting your kicks on Route 66. You're getting them from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But that being said, fair point. Charles, I do see your camera quick before we go to Walter. What you got to say real quick?
Well, one, the stat boy, it was Sami chose not to go. It was all Sami at the first. So that was on Sami. That had nothing to do with, well, it did have something to do with Saudi, but it was more Sami's personal reasons.
Right.
So that's why. And also, damn, Noah, you really had to say Karen? How were you talking about Drew earlier?
I mean, if you're complaining and bitching about your place of employment that much, then damn yes.
Still, there's a lot of other. Everybody else can do that. But Drew just makes it funnier.
He's supposed to. All right. Fair enough. Walter, to Step Boy's point, again, we know we got Saudi Mania next year. Much like Cody, who tried to finish his story, though, the same stage, not the same location, it did take 2 years. So for Sami, could it be like, okay, this year's Saudi Arabia. It's not WrestleMania. It might as well be his WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. he loses. Next year at Saudi Mania, does he get his big moment? Could they be setting up Sami Zayn for a similar story like that? We all know how much WWE loves to retcon their shit. But again, that being said, there is one brave soul that did pick Sami Zayn to win. I don't think it was Sami himself. So believe it or not, it is not unanimous in this poll, unless someone did take their picks and botched. Again, more power to you. But go ahead, Walter, your thoughts on this.
That one person wasn't me, but
Yeah.
I do think they might pull it as a surprise because they make it such a big deal that he's never beat Drew one-on-one and that he's undefeated in Saudi. That's the other thing. But yeah, I think you tell the year storyline of him chasing it and he wins it. He wins next year Royal Rumble and then goes on to Saudi Mania. The only problem I have with that is you never know what can happen with a year. You got this now, you know, pull the trigger if you think that. But, oh, there's always next year. People say that in sports, a year passes fast, but a lot can happen. You just never know. He can get hurt. His career, like, look at Kevin. Like, if they were going to say, oh, we'll wait till next year, Kevin almost broke his neck. Like I always feel like I hate when they do that. Like, if you got the chance now, just do it. Why wait the year? You can't risk doing that. But I guess they just have the faith in him. But, yeah. Sami, and then it would make more sense to win the title in Saudi. And I believe he's Syrian. And the reason he wouldn't go over there at first is really just how they treated Muslims in Saudi.
That's the reason. That's the reason.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those days. Still
I mean,
to this day. Continue.
There were a few people with morals that didn't want to go over there, but money speaks with that deal. But you know, whatever. But yeah, yep. Drew's winning. Like, I believe 1% chance maybe of Sami winning, but Drew, for me, 99%. So brave soul, whoever that was. Good luck to you.
Yeah. All right. We'll figure for that, Walter. Well, Emmanuel, that being said, we should not also count out the WWE Championship changing at the Royal Rumble. Talking about John Cena, your favorite, John Cena beat the phenomenal AJ Styles, won the top Royal Rumble, and then lost it that same year in the Elimination Chamber. So could they do something like that again? Not necessarily flip-flop with the two, but could Drew lose the title here to Sami? Could Sami lose the title in the Chamber, Drew or not? And Sami gets his moment, but he doesn't go to WrestleMania as champion, but neither does Drew as well. Could that also be another situation here? But that being said, you close things out. Your thoughts? Is it unanimous again? Or you're going to be the odd one out?
The Rock also beat CM Punk at the fucking Rumble for the title.
But that one was just a whole different level of kibosh shit. Go ahead, Manuel.
Yeah, like I think Drew's gonna win this for sure as well. Like I know it's kind of boring, like everybody's unanimous, but
yeah. Not even a month in. Are you kidding me? Come on now. Come on. Go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like get the Yu-Gi-Oh theme song because that one person is me. That night.
What?
I play my manual.
You fucking idiot! This is why you're never gonna win.
There it is. League. There it is.
No, I just joking. I was not one person. Like I said, like
okay. I was about to say, what the hell?
But that one person played the manual card. Good for you to get my one and a kind card. But yeah, like there's no way Sami's gonna win this. Like unfortunately, Sami's saying like I don't think he needs the WWE title, to be honest. People in the like I'm not sure, like it's like a mixed baggage with Sami. Like a lot of people are fed up with the over pushing because of IWC Bark saying Sami Hogan like they don't like his run, like they don't understand the push he's receiving and everything like that. But what a great twist, Noah! Wouldn't be a great twist? Sami Zayn wins the title in the Royal Rumble. We see Kevin Owens hug his best friend, and then pop up powerbomb.
Oh no!
Just like
not
that.
Again! Not again! You went all the way back to my NXT arrival. Oh, that's wrong.
Hang on, Emmanuel. That should be the end of next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, that I would agree with.
But yeah,
This year, no.
it
Again,
happens.
folks. Retcon. Continue.
Yeah, deja vu all happens all over again.
Freaking time loop.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see it, but craziest thing has happened before.
Yes.
But other than that, like the only two times that I can remember the titles changing is Rock versus Mankind during the I Quit match, and then like you mentioned before, John Cena
And AJ Styles.
I think, yeah, AJ Styles, and I'm not sure what other match is significant enough that I could remember top of my head that changed title, but it has happened before. Like Rock versus Austin, that I think happened twice.
Yes.
I could be wrong, but
yes, you're right.
So,
But
it could happen.
You look at that stream that Walter was watching, you literally see that match on the road to WrestleMania 33, which was, of course, doing the math, 9 years ago. So, yeah, that was back in 2017. Still such a damn good match. And Marl, God, I miss Marl's voice. That being said, Charles, I saw your camera clip before we move on to our main event. What you got to say real quick?
We talk about WWE Championship, the changing hands at the Rumble.
Yes.
It's happened. You also forget Triple H won the WWE title in the 2016 Royal Rumble.
But that was literally in the Royal Rumble itself.
It's still the title. The title was defended.
It was the World Heavyweight title, but Edge beat Jeff Hardy for it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, actually, Walter, it was for the WWE title, but Jeff Hardy was WWE champion at the Rumble 2000.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Walter,
that's
I was there at that Rumble.
You
So I have to correct you. Yes.
There you go.
So that was for the WWE title, Walter. So there you go.
That is right. That's when they fucking wanted to do the brother versus brother.
Because somebody leaked. Because somebody leaked that Christian Cage was returned. Christian was returned to WWE and involved in the Jeff Hardy story.
Yep.
And we know how this was.
My gosh, that was a crazy ass year. I still remember Jeff Hardy bringing his coccyx as WrestleMania 25. God. That being said, Emmanuel, what do you got to say real quick?
According to ChatGPT, it happens 9 times. Yokozuna and Bret Hart, Bob Backlund, Lizzo, Psycho Sid, Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold.
Current Angle versus Triple H, Brock Lesnar and Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, Edge, cash-in, and then Roman Reigns, Triple H, but it was doing the Rumble match, and then AJ Styles and John Cena.
All right, fair enough. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Rock and Eddie Guerrero was at No Way Out, not the Rumble.
Yeah, right. Well, that being said, good stuff. All right. Well, that being said, Drew McIntyre wins. Sami Zayn. Hopefully, your face isn't rearranged. Okay. Well, we had a lot of fun, a lot of great talk, a lot of unique conversations, some outlook on surprises, some humor, but let's go ahead and get down to serious business because now it's time to talk about what more likely everyone's going to really be talking about by the end of this night in Riyadh, afternoon into the evening here in the States. Let's go ahead and get into our main event. And of course, it is the men's Royal Rumble match. As we know, over half of the field has already been, of course, announced, including but not limited to last year's winner. Main event, Jey Uso, along with Sikoa. We got Rey Phoenix. We got Dragon Lee. We got all the luchadors here. We got freaking Rey Mysterio. We got Penta, Sami, he's bouncy. Javon Evans, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. The American number, Cody Rhodes, looking for 3 Royal Rumble wins, by the way. Of course, 2-time consecutive Royal Rumble winner. The entire vision, yes, folks, the entire vision. What the fuck? Of course, talk about Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, and of course, as I said earlier, Brock Lesnar has also been announced along with Ilya Dragunov and The Miz. So that being said, you know how this goes. You each get 3 picks, and you have to also guess number 1 and number 30. And we leave one person left to start things off with the stats, personally by my own choice, to kick things off here. So, Stat Boy Mike, it's all on you. What's your outlook on this year's men's Royal Rumble match. Go ahead.
All right, my top three. I'm going. Obviously, I got to go with QB1. I got to go with Cody Rhodes to get the three-peat. This stat has been held long enough. I love Stone Cold. We know he's done it 3 times, but it's time for Stone Cold to pass the torch to Cody Rhodes so he gets the three-peat. Bottom line, Cody can do it. You know, the crowd loves QB1, and if he doesn't, then that could set up for that infamous heel turn that everybody wants. My number 2 pick, my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. You did win the Rumble, I believe, in 2015. You've been a runner-up at least 4 times. Why not come back, do it again? This time, win. Do not be a 5-time runner-up. I don't want to add that stat to your book. And then my third pick, of course, as a surprise, I picked Sami. The constant of lose the championship match, do double duty, come back and win the Rumble. Some might see it as a cop-out. Some might see it as a good storyline. I see it as a good storyline. It could work for Sami. I mean, why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. I mean, he's put the work in. Why not give him? But then that could lead to WrestleMania this year as opposed to next year. As far as who's going to start the Rumble, even if it has been leaked and they still go with it, I think they're scrambling at this point. If they've caught the mistake that happened on SmackDown, I actually went with Logan Paul this time, and that was a shocker. Logan Paul, even though I'm supposed to hate him because he's a heel, you can't deny his impressibility. The stuff that he does in the ring. I mean, when you have The Undertaker say that one of your greatest moves is excellent, but it's also video game shit, it's still a compliment. Why? I have no problem with Logan being the Iron Man. Why not? I mean, if he can back up with the talent, I say go for it. Really, that doesn't really mean he's going to win, but hey, get the booze out of the way, and then have Logan come out number 1 if they are playing the scramble card. And just for number 30, say his name and he appears. Oh. Why not? But
don't you say it. Don't you say it.
I'm saying it.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
I have to say it. Well, I have to.
No, don't you say it.
Yep.
Don't you say his name.
Why? I like saying his name. I like hearing his music. Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
In fact, I even think that might happen. I should have said this. I think Thea Hall is going to be a surprise entry in the Women's Rumble, and they're going to do that beautiful thing for her. I mean, but now if Joe Hendry does show up, I want him to have a better performance than last year, and actually give him an elimination this year. Why not? It works.
All right. Well, fair enough. A thinking standpoint, Mike, for setting the landscape for the Men's World Rumble, and I also saw a message that you have to, power down or get on out of here. And
yeah, I do want to get up pretty early in the morning and check the roads, because I still do the ride sharing stuff. So let me say this to everyone who is affected by the winter storm: if you do have to go out, please be extra safe. Otherwise, stay at home and watch the Royal Rumble and watch our coverage. Also, Noah has allowed me, of course, as part of the Simply Reliable Studios and Casa D18 Studios watch along of the Super Bowl on February 8th. We are doing football squares. It's the classic game where you pick a square, and based off of the scoreboard, you could earn a cash prize. We are doing $10 a square. Half the money goes to the channel. Half the money is up for grabs. But we made this announcement on Monday. As of tonight, we've only had 15 squares claimed. I'm not too happy with that, I understand. If the Storm is doing it, that's fine. But I have had a talk with Renegade, and he has said that if things do not improve by midweek, we're not going to do it. And everyone who has played will get their money back. That is like I really don't want to do it. I really wanted to bring this back for this season, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So please, if you want to participate in Football Squares, we're going to be on the channel tomorrow. I'm going to make one final plea, I think, on Greg Cherry's show, and I think we're still discussing a Super Bowl preview show on the 4th. So please, please, please get a hold of me on Facebook, or even get a hold of Walter. He'll get a hold of me. That way we can get these squares sold, and everyone can have a chance to win a few extra dollars. But like I say, if it doesn't get any better by Wednesday, then we're going to make the decision and we're going to pull the plug on that, and everyone gets refunded. I love you all, family, but I need to crash out and tap out. I'll see you guys tomorrow for certain. In fact, I'm going to upgrade my ESPN app so I can follow along and watch the Royal Rumble with you guys and be there as part of the show. I love you all. It's nearly 1:00 in the morning. Stat Boy is out.
Thank you so much, Stat Boy. You and Stat Girl stay warm, and we'll see you for the Rumble.
You bet.
And then the floor. All right. Well, you heard his initial thoughts. And again, folks, support Stat Boy Mike when the sports bar is open. As of course, he, Canadian Connection, and others here. They engage in other forms of sports, non-combat sports, outside our UFC expert. But they cover, of course, football, hockey, and yes, he will be covering the Super Bowl. So join in that fun if you can with his Super Bowl squares. Sounds like a fun little competition. And good to see City by the Bay, as always, my brother. And again, for everybody that's tuning in live right now, again, if you haven't already, subscribe to all the feeds that are currently hosting this channel. Share the feeds, tell a friend. And again, I hope that you all enjoy the discussion. Also join the Predictions League. That being said, Walter, let's go with you, man. Before you give your picks, let's go ahead and look at the pool right now and see what their primary is. For their top pick, the names right now branched out pretty much are, well, this is probably going to be pretty common for everyone's primary pick, I'm sure. Bron Breakker, Cody Rhodes, and the most with near 20 of them acknowledge him, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, right now. His top tier picks for Men's Royal Rumble winner. So, Walter, it's on you. Your 3 picks to win, and your number 1 and your number 30. As, of course, he checks with the misses and other stuff. He also might be working because he works 20%, 365 all the time.
Oh, no, I finished working already. I'm watching Dynamite. I'm catching up, and I'm at Ciampa's part. That's
yes.
debut.
Let me just say this real quick. Fuck yeah, what episode of Dynamite? And stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming Dynamite again. We'll be going down under in Australia for Grand Slam. That's the next time.
Go figure the fucking one we don't cover is fucking debut.
Walter, let me just go ahead. Continue programming. Let me just go ahead and say this real quick. We here at the Stipulable Studios endorse being your top tier coverage for professional wrestling, but we do not cover TV regularly. If you want that to happen, there has to be some certain milestones set here at the Stipulable Studios that we fulfill to get further wrestling coverage on a weekly basis. Otherwise, I highly recommend go check out Denise Salcedo. And so yet a NoDQ for Aaron Rips, who still recaps Raw, SmackDown, and AEW. And now back to Reggie scheduled programming. A figure for that, Walter, that's sub though. And again, you guys, the Ciampa, welcome to AEW. That being said, Walter, it's on you. Your 3 picks, and your number 1 and your number 30.
My number 1, I just thought about today after watching SmackDown, that weird backstage segment. So my number 1 person who's coming out number 1, not my pick for the Rumble, is Damian Priest, because the look on his face when he drew whatever that number is. Which is, why would you only have one person draw a number, by the way? Everybody else just gets to go when they want, and Damian Priest had to pull a number. That was a stupid segment. But anyways, with the look on his face, I think he drew number 1, and that's why R-Truth told him he can go again. But I'm thinking Damian Priest is going to be number 1. And then I think number 30 will be Brock Lesnar. But I'm kind of debating that, because what I really feel like they should do is if you're gonna make a big star on a debut, you got Hobbs coming. He did sign with WWE. We just don't know when he's coming. I feel like this is your chance. Royce, I think his name is gonna be, because it's the name of his son.
According to what I've been reading.
I feel like Lesnar should eliminate a bunch of people, be in the ring alone, Royce comes out, and you have to have him throw Brock Lesnar over the top rope. That
Oh,
is an
damn.
instant star-making moment. That'll be the top. Not only will the winner be talked about, but do you not think that the Hobbs throwing Royce Keys, whatever his name is going to be, throwing Lesnar out in his damn debut when after Lesnar already threw 5 or 6 people out, would that not be like the talk of the town? Like, would everybody be like, yo, I got to pay attention to this guy? It's an instant star-making moment, and I feel like you should do it. But I'll still say, I say he's coming out 30 because he's part-timer, and they're not going to want him in there too long, so that's my other thing. But
Okay.
I hope they do what I say about how my number 1 pick, of course, Bron Breakker. I went with the normal. I just feel like it's his year, and he should do something that his pops or his uncle was never able to do. Number 2, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And the number 3 is going to be a shock to everybody, but Obafemi is my number 3 pick.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like a debuting Obafemi, you could make another star-making moment with him. His first Royal Rumble appearance. No, is this his first? Yeah, it will be his first.
Yeah, it would be, literally.
Yeah, his first Royal Rumble appearance, and to win it, I mean, not too many people besides, the first single-digit ones can say they won their first Royal Rumble. So that'll be a huge, huge impact if he did it. So those will be my picks.
All right, fair enough. And I'll say this for City's point, because we know that Femi is in the Rumble. It's got to be somebody as big, as meaty, as threatening as him. I'm right now thinking, though, considering we know the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble is the ring general, and he will be in it regardless of the result of that career-threatening match, where, again, for those that are tuning in, we all went unanimous, by the way, that Gunther's winning. I can see Gunther eliminating Obafemi, and maybe that sets up a program for those two down the line. But if he's going to be on SmackDown, it would be poetic for Cody Rhodes to actually be able to do it, since Cody Rhodes didn't beat him since Drew McIntyre threw that match out. So that's my thought, City. Just
you could use Royce Keys to do that too.
I mean, that actually he sounds even more normal now that I think about it, for all sorts of reasons. I like the way you think. All right. Well, that being said, Walter set his ballot. Let's go now to Charles here. And Charles, I'll let you know right now, the second pick is kind of all over the place, but much to what Walter was talking about, as he also picked. Good selection. Pick Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. We got Gunther. We got a couple of Jacob Fatus. Yeah, I know what I mean. But primarily, many people have Bron Breakker as the secondary, not the primary. So what do you got, Charles? Your 3 picks, and your number 1, your number 30.
As far as, time for the winners. Number 1, it's going to be Roman Reigns. And also, like how we're forgetting, there's somebody else that's also a 2-time Rumble winner in this thing too. Randy. Like, they're just...
Yeah.
I like how people forgot about that. It's like,
He's just coasting. Just coasting through.
Just like, damn. That tells you much about people thinking of Randy. Like, wow, people. I forgot he was a 2-time Rumble winner. He could also do the 3-peat. Him and Cody are the only 2 that could do the 3-peat in this match on the men's side.
That's a good point, actually. And we did see Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes confront each other on SmackDown. As far as I'm concerned, those 2 still have a legacy to fully define. And the last time these 2 faced each other one-on-one was, ironically enough, Saudi Arabia for King of the Ring.
Where Cody decided to not beat Randy straight up. If you remember, the turnbuckle. He exposed the turnbuckle, if I remember correctly. Just saying, yes. Randy hasn't forgotten that. He's just waiting to get Cody when he's not expected. And also, as far as like,
don't trust the Viper.
Yeah, but that's what today. Here we go again. Great. As far as Stat Boy's comment goes about Cody being loved, he's been getting more mixed reactions. People are starting to have their problems with Cody, so
too much Cody.
Yeah. And also, I think people want him to be a 3-peat Rumble winner. No. Cody can win the chamber. Have some bullfur in the chamber with Jacob Fatu could be in the last 2, and then have Drew show up and just say, nah, pull some bullshit.
Oh, jeez.
We had people get screwed over in the chamber. That at least has happened multiple times, and it will make sense.
You're correct. It makes sense. I'm not going to argue that. You are absolutely correct. Continue.
Yeah. And now, as far as my second pick goes, I expect it to be Jacob Fatu.
Oh, wow.
And we still, I still made it clear, I do expect two triple threat matches to happen at Mania. One for the Wall Women's title, and the other being for the WWE title. That's going to have involve Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes and Drew. You either set it up by the Rumble or the Chamber, which I prefer the Chamber. Depends of how it goes.
Right.
We'll see. But as far as that, my number 3. I don't think it's going to be Braun because I am just expecting to get Swerve and I'm expecting to hear Burn It Down during this match.
Seth freaking Rollins?
It would not surprise me. Seth's going to be back in time for Mania, so that during this Mania season. So he's going to face Bron Breakker at Mania. So that's why Braun's not going to be anywhere near the World Heavyweight title picture. So that's why my number 3 now. I expect it to be screw it. Freaking crap.
Play the main card.
His brain's going. Brain no work.
Yeah, Randy Orton. There you go. Just for a random sake.
All right. Fair enough.
And also, what the rule made you just say? Because I got from me off.
I said play the Emmanuel card if you don't need another.
Manuel, don't tempt me.
You're gonna just lose it literally by the next turn. I'm just saying.
Exactly. But as far as who starts our number 1, let's get the crowd yeeting.
Last year's Royal Rumble winner. I mean, you know what? That's a fair shout.
You want to start the crowd hot? Have Jey Uso come out and start freaking yeeting. There you go. That's literally the best way to start it. And as far as number 3, it will really depend on what number Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar comes out as. Honestly. It would really depend on them.
Well, you only can put one name down. You got literally less than
True.
13 hours.
Also, I'm calling it now. I'm ready to hear Break the Walls down at number 30.
What? You think Chris Jericho is actually going to show up?
Yes.
I agree he could, and then he could disappear to finish the tour in February and then come back right before
Exactly.
WrestleMania. I'm going to go as far as pick number 1 and 2. Look, Priest is going to be number 1 and Mr. Iguana is going to be number 2.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I did hear Mr. Iguana apparently is in Saudi, so...
Well, I
did hear about Powerhouse Hobbs has also traveled to Saudi too, so...
And Finn Balor's probably there as well, ready to pick someone's spot, despite the fact that
which is going to be... Yeah, but I agree. And also, yes, we need Mr. Iguana. You know what? I need Mr. Iguana and Jey Uso to be number 1, number 2, just for the hilarity's sake. Of Jey Uso look so confused, but he's just like, accept it and make the Yeska go eat.
Fucking
tell me that would not be entertaining.
Definitely for some audiences, but I will just be scratching my head and trying to focus on the monitor with the task is at hand. All right, fair enough. Thank you for that, Charles. And I knew that this was going to go off the rails during the match at some point. I agree.
Look, Emmanuel wanted me to play the Emmanuel card. I'm like, nope. You should be the one playing that card, not me.
I'll just stick to my Dark Magician. All right, well, thank you, Charles. That being said, Emmanuel, you're next. As far as the wild card or the Emmanuel card pick, the third choice, all over the board here right now. The majority are actually going with LA Knight. Yeah. We got Jigga Fatu, y'all know what I mean. Gunther also up there as well. And some other Femis, along with other names skewed out, including someone picking Seth friggin' Rollins. So let's go ahead and get your 3 picks and your number 1 and your number 30. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to probably change some of my picks. because there's Soren spoiler if he had not seen the internet land.
Don't trust the internet. That's all I gotta say.
No, I mean, it's actually proof that I've seen it too on screen. That number one is Bron Breakker. I actually saw the picture, and I had Bron Breakker as my number one entrant in this Royal Rumble.
Just spear everybody.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself,
Let's see his face.
he's gonna try to eliminate the most, try to break that record, the Kane record. I think it's now the Roman Reigns record.
I think Kane still has the overall record still.
Okay.
Braun Strowman has Roman Reigns record.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
what's
that's
how many
Eliminations.
eliminations in the Rumble?
Yeah.
31?
Yeah, it was Kane. What are you talking about? How many participants?
Elimination.
No, eliminations.
Oh, eliminations. I think it's 17 held by Roman Reigns. The first person who had the longest was 12 by Kane, and then Roman freaking demolished it.
Yeah.
By 13. No, 11. I think it was 12. Braun broke that.
Yeah, Braun just came out like a bat out of hell.
And the greatest Royal Rumble nonetheless, too. So actually, record of points.
Well, again, do we count that still? Because this is traditional Royal Rumble, not that.
Well, records did get broken during that, so.
Fair enough. Anyway, Emmanuel, continue.
But yeah, I have my number one pick as Roman Reigns. You could easily sign either match, to be honest. You could put Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. That way Drew gets finally his victory over Roman Reigns, because he's been complaining a lot that he's been screwed against Roman Reigns a lot. And now he has no bloodline. He has no more excuses why he cannot defeat him in a one-on-one match. So it's possible to see that match. You
fair.
could also see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Now that's a money match. That's a night 2 main event.
I can't believe that hasn't happened yet, honestly, now that I think about it. Since CM Punk's return, that has not happened yet.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
they
why
damn sure teased it a few times, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they teach a lot doing more games, so that's why it makes sense why Roman Reigns might win this Rumble.
To be fair, they've also teased Cody and Punk 2 Royal Rumbles in a row.
Yeah. Like I said, at my forum, I put Bron Breakker as my number 2 because if the vision is really everybody's gonna try to help him out, makes sense. And it's kind of like mathematical, like group people, like factions, like Bailey with the damage control.
Ugh.
You had Evolution winning that Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes. And then but yeah, I could see that happening as well. And then my third pick, I think I put Gunther versus CM Punk. And
right back from SummerSlam.
Yeah, and he has CM Punk beat Gunther, and he needs that. Seeing that rematch wouldn't be as bad, but yeah, those were my 3 picks to win the Rumble. But I might change it in there tonight if I think differently. But because the screw up as number 1, because like I said, I had Bron Breakker as number 1. But you know what be more fun? But you know what be more funnier? Not thinking about it. No.
What?
The Gran Americano as number 1.
Oh, there it is.
And number 2, the Gran Americana 2, Shada Gable.
Chad Gable should come out as himself and then unmask the other one.
Okay,
And
that
then,
I actually could get behind.
Yeah.
Fucking El Grande Americano. Ah, damn it! I hate that's a thing. And the Connells are a thing. With Tyler Payne. Thank you.
They might use. I hope they don't eat up 3 spots and use all 3 of them.
Oh, I guarantee you they will, because W's that damn lazy.
Yeah, they're gonna use all 4 spots. 2 Americanos and then Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh god, it's a Spider-Man meme taken to 4 dimensions. All right.
If they do that, the only way I forgive him is if Chad comes out as himself and eliminates all 3 of them.
God. Well, I guess that's one way to correct the universe. As long as he stays Chad Gable. All right, Manuel, what's your number 30?
Number 30, I had Logan Paul.
Oh God. Blech. That they did last year. Again, they repeat shit, so I mean.
They repeat shit. It wouldn't surprise me near. Like, he gets the crowd heat.
Right.
And then for Jericho appearance, in my former, I put yes, but now that I heard the Aaron Reft and how he's still in the internal roster of AEW, and start to question like maybe he's not gonna appear because like mentioned before, he has a tour, he's performing, and by now that you probably heard some rumblings or some speculation that you saw him in Saudi by now, right? He should be traveling right now to Saudi, right?
Yeah, Fozzie's on tour all the way until February 28th, so kind of hard to do.
I mean, back in 2018, he did show up at the last minute, but that was here in America. So there's a whole different animal going halfway across the world to Saudi Arabia. So yeah, I'm just gonna say right now, nope, I don't see Jericho showing up.
Yeah, so I might change that pick right after this stream is over. But for surprises, I see 2 people probably that are not mentioned. I'll see either Paige appearing for the Women's Royal Rumble. That'd be a nice treat. And for the men's, I probably would go with Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock needs to go to that Hall of Fame, and that's how you put him in for this year. We're going to Las Vegas again. Please don't screw this up. You have the UFC over there. It's time. It's time for him to go to that. He was a special referee for the Stone Cold versus Bret Hart, the infamous double return night. He made submission matches mean something, because before him, submission was basically not a thing.
Accurate.
They were more meaningful when he did it.
Walter, you got something to say to that?
Submissions were a thing. Tap outs weren't. Ken Shamrock made the tap out popular. That's what he made popular. Submissions itself were a thing. It's just Ken Shamrock made the physical tap out mean something.
Yeah, exactly.
People just verbally tapped things because Brett was a submission specialist before Ken Shamrock put it on the map. But in terms of Paige, if she comes back, I would wait to the Raw after Mania, and I would do it like this. I would have AJ Lee win the Intercontinental title from Becky. AJ's in the ring doing a promo as the champ, and Paige comes back out because it's a full circle moment. Because remember how AJ debuted?
Yep. Yeah, I remember Paige debuted literally and took the title from AJ Lee after WrestleMania freaking 30. You're on point there. I like that a lot. All right. Yeah. That's a fair shout. I like those surprise spots, but yes, Emmanuel, you still got something else?
No, like I'm about to say, like I feel sorry for how AJ buried all those divas during that WrestleMania. Like who else could have defeated AJ Lee after that? Come on.
Nobody. A diva can't beat a professional wrestler legitimately, and AJ Lee was the proof of that. That being said, I said what I said. All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Emmanuel. Okay, so let's see here. Number one from the pool here. Oh, 42 people now submitted. Good grief, you all are all over the board, but primarily you got Bron Breakker coming out as number one. Now, I do wonder, did that botched graphic influence people's decision? But again, just conversation. There's a person here that did pick David Priest.
I was undecisive until SmackDown when Priest had that face when he pulled it. That's the only reason I went with him picking number one.
Fair enough. And then second people have is Jey Uso as number one. Again, that's just Royal Rumble winner. And to Emmanuel's point, how you start the crowd off hot, you get them yeeting. And again, I feel regardless they're going to yeet regardless what number he gets. And then as far as number 30, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor even. Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton. So a little bit all over the place. Okay, so that just leaves me and my thoughts. Well, damn it. Okay, look, we got to consider this. Who the hell are we setting up for here? Are we setting up for Drew McIntyre in the WWE Championship, or are we setting up for CM Punk the World Heavyweight Championship? Which title, which champion matters more? Last year at the Royal Rumble, they clearly set up for the WWE Championship because that was the most important title. And that title was also defended the same night as Royal Rumble. We're back here again. I think the Royal Rumble is going to set up the winner to challenge for the WWE Championship more than the World Heavyweight Championship. Because at the end of the day, the WWE title still matters a whole damn lot more than the World Heavyweight Championship, even if it's on CM Punk. So, bottom line, I had to acknowledge Roman Reigns is my top guy. He's got history with both men. Drew McIntyre's looking for that elusive win. And to y'all's point, he's never faced CM Punk one-on-one. At one point, he said, that title will look pretty good on me. And with Roman Reigns, it's not about quantity. It's about quality. He's never going to surpass what he did with the WWE Championship to the point that it went black and gold. So why not give him a run with the World Heavyweight title and see what he can do with that? I could definitely see Roman Reigns being a guy to win. But that being said, did they fast forward Bron Breakker's push potential? Jury is out, but I think Bron Breakker does have a chance to win it again and go after Punk one more time. I don't think the WWE by a long shot, so Bron Breakker was my second. I don't see Bron Breakker going after the WWE Championship or going transfer pool to SmackDown. I also don't see them running Bron Breakker and CM Punk back at the Mr. Champion, despite the fact in Chicago, and you would think by now these two would be in a Chicago street fight, LOL trope. But I got Bron Breakker as the second. As far as the third, I want LA Knight to get his moment so damn bad. Randy Orton legacy makes a lot of sense. He's looking for number 15. And also, he has history with Drew McIntyre. But I look at number 3 as, yeah, know what I mean? I want a first-time winner. I want somebody getting that main event shot for the first time ever. I did go with Jacob Fatu. I think Jacob Fatu, after saying that Drew McIntyre was the one that knocked his teeth down his throat, he owes him a receipt. How you get the man a receipt? Last year, he beat LA Knight for the United States Championship. Give the man the shot for the WWE Championship. We talked about how we saw Jacob Fatu as a future main eventer. I think it's the chance to try and pull the trigger. So that's my third. I go with Jacob Fatu. As far as number 1, I like the whole idea with Jey Uso, but also, let's be honest here. What's louder than a yeet? People singing. And what's the song that people sing the loudest, word for word, the entire time? Randy Orton. I have voices. I have Randy Orton coming out as number 1 because I do think Randy Orton wants that chance at number 15, and I think we see him try and go coast to coast, especially if he has to confront Cody Rhodes the entire duration through it, if not towards the end of it. So I went with Randy Orton as number 1. As far as number 30, you really got to consider who's going to be the guy that's going to leave that last suspension disbelief that he's the last guy he's going to win. Roman Reigns came out dead middle practically last year, number 16. But Roman Reigns also does not work by the hour. I went with Roman Reigns as number 30 because the entrance alone is going to give more than enough time to eliminate people or set up the final 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever to finish out the Royal Rumble. So I went with Roman Reigns as my number 30. And again, I do not see Chris Jericho showing up. So that's my picks, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Well, that being said, y'all good, brother. And again, I will say this real quick in case people are thrown off. Because stop where it's at, damn it! Fucking good match. That's the Royal Rumble, folks. So before we conclude, let's go around the horn and see if anyone has any closing thoughts before we beat y'all fine. I did see Charles got his hand up. So, Charles, what you got to say real quick?
Well, what, we talk about Roman Reigns, CM Punk never had a wall match before or something?
Well, I'm saying since he returned.
True. Which, to be fair, their only singles match was back in like 2013-14, where CM Punk lost to Roman.
Exactly.
So basically, they'll be like, well, that's kind of a long overdue rematch. One-on-one with no one else involved.
You're right.
Roman
Now
is like,
that's me.
I've beaten you before. I can beat you again. Easily. No problem.
Stack them and smash them. How
Yeah,
does CM
basically.
Punk counter that? And neither man with Paul Heyman. So, yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, which... Yeah.
Yeah, but I also think that Open Femi is going to be the breakout performer this year because you gotta figure out what the hell you're going to do with this guy on the main roster. So I think that he's going to be the biggest threat across the entire field this year in the Royal Rumble. What's up,
Ova
Walter?
is the biggest threat. I would be so scared if that man wins the Money in the Bank this year. Whoever
Shit.
has the title, I'd be scared shitless if that man has that case.
Well, we know it's in New Orleans, so I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. What you got, Charles?
So I'm going to say this now. Ova's going to be the one that's going to eliminate Brock. And that's your Mania match.
So you don't have Brock versus Gunther. You got Brock versus Oba?
Well, Brock and Gunther's happening at SummerSlam.
Okay, that's fair.
When Gunther's going to make Brock tap out.
All right. Fair enough.
Doubt me now. Doubt me now. But when if that happens,
said twice,
I'm going to be like...
I have no time stamp. I remember. And we'll see if you're right, and I will literally acknowledge that you were right.
I would say Royce versus Brock would be just crazy.
Well,
they're going to do all the...
But it sounds like Brent versus Brock has at least 3 matches left, it sounds like. All right. Well, that being said, great job, everybody. Let's take a look at some comments here real quick. May the best person win. Choose the best way safe. Rumble should be a good event. Hopefully I'm wrong and Cody doesn't win. Well, reverse psychology sometimes works. Come on, Liv. I'm excited. Can't wait. This has potential. No clear-cut favorite heading in from a shit build. Someone said 3, 2, 1. Buzz. Hardest wears of all time. That's a hot take. Give me Hobbs and Oba face-off. Don't care for the women. Sorry. Ouch. If Rey is 30, I will be mad because I saw the X signed by the ref on Monday. What the fuck does that mean?
He got injured allegedly one day.
It wasn't bad enough. It was good. We people thought it was a shoulder injury, which, damn, shoulder injuries really love taking people out. This WWE hasn't it recently.
I mean, hey, at least for once, it wouldn't be Rey Mysterio's knees. That being said,
if Jericho comes out, I would do it like almost like a technical glitch, and nobody comes out. That way, you cover one of his gimmicks. Then the second one, you show like that screen, like digging in, and it's like keep doing almost like technical glitches. And then the third one, like, did you figure it out that Y2 thing? You use that in a different way, and then he comes out finally. Like, just use all his gimmicks up.
Just every gimmick.
Also got the countdown.
The timeline of Jericho.
As soon as like gets to 6, so the countdown just starts after all that normally, and then it just when it gets to 5.
Yeah.
And that's when you count down. As soon as it gets to 5, and then what's when? Well, here we go. Break the walls down automatically. The countdown. As soon as it changes.
He should.
He got a new single from Fozzy, and he uses that in his WWE return. Who the fuck knows, right? But I mean, it's a fair shout. I like the idea. It's a fair
there was
shout.
2 injuries. Yeah, I'm about to say there was 2 injuries. Like one was in Raw with Rey, and then tonight, like there was actually a video fan recording of Roxanne Perez getting carried out by Raquel.
Yeah, can we not have injuries?
This is professional wrestling.
It's part of the
LA,
game.
damn it. And by the way,
especially on the Mania season.
Well, just any company, by the way. I mean, shout out to Bozilla, by the way, who is suffering from an ACL, and she needs surgery. She will be out for a period of time. I wish the best of recovery for the most powerful European powerhouse. Maybe becoming more powerful because I want to see her and Megan Bain tear it up in a stardom ring. But that being said.
You know what? I know it's a 15-hour flight from Tokyo to Riyadh. Yes, I looked the shit up. But I would love if fucking Evil debuts.
Evil?
Walter. What a love of. Hang on a minute.
Why not?
You made Charles go silent. I'm scared.
Can can I play my one and only the Emmanuel card that also outlandish that it will not happen?
Fucking hell.
A special appearance of my favorite wrestler of all time. You know, you can name him. Is the one, the mighty, the longest reigning light heavyweight champion of all time, Gilbert.
Goldberg's son has a better chance of showing up and confronting Gunther than Gilbert does in the Royal Rumble.
Walter, never, ever bring up his name again. I already yelled at Nick.
They changed his name. Apparently, they did like that. What do you call that? Trademark for a name Sinister, and the rumor is that that's for evil.
Sinister. Why does that sound like? Why does that?
I don't know, but you better hope Marvel doesn't fucking sue you for that. You better change that name.
They trademarked Judas if you're referring to that. That's the only recent trademark thing they did. Besides Career Killer.
They did Royce Keys. They did Career Killer. They did Sinister. The rumor is Sinister is evil. Royce Keys is Powerhouse Hobbs. Obviously, Career Killer is Gunther. And you said that they did Judas too? Well, there you go.
Yes, they did Judas.
Oh boy. Well, again, WWE and their namesake and the Death Rebeling defines the quality
stay away
of the
from
product.
I personally would stay away from Sinister because Marvel might sue your ass.
I mean, Jade Cargill. I mean, hell, she's the most boring champion in WWE. And she's still
don't call him Mr. Sinister. There you go. That's Miguel Sinister. No, that's his name.
Technically,
that's his name.
In the X-Men, his name is Mr. Sinister. So as long as
you just gave WWE a cheap ass idea that AI is gonna probably mention to them to do now. You realize this, right? Anyway, it is what it is. Other comments?
No evil on my screen.
He can't be that.
Ash is probably gonna disagree with me on that, but that's the only time I'll disagree with Ash.
Ash, you're batty, but sometimes even you are a dickhead.
So for you, he should have a D. He should have a D in front of the word evil, huh?
Devil.
No, I don't think Walter was implying that.
The most whack ass rapper from Saudi Arabia, Devil. That being said,
also Gunther's theme, the theme's got now actually does Death Rebel did make this version.
Oh, brother hell.
That's why it still sounds like Baby Shark at the beginning.
Will you stop that?
Look, also, I'm just waiting for. I will say, I do expect Joe Hendry to show up in the match.
Yeah, just the pop. And again, it's not in the song, but hey, the world believes in Joe Hendry. So there you go.
Hey, and he gets rid of the Miz, and there you go. Move on.
Yeah, he did. Well, Miz is trying to save.
And then Joe Hendry probably gets instantly eliminated by Brock or Roman.
Just like he got eliminated by Roman last year.
Hey, that hug everybody's talking about with EO and Triple H, it might be because he told her, hey, I'm going to sign your husband or boyfriend or whatever evil is to EO.
Oh, God.
She might have been that happy.
Any TNA representation or Triple A representation in your opinion, or are they going to keep it plain WWE?
Because it's in Saudi Arabia, I strictly see it being just WWE because I don't think Saudi Arabia knows jack doodly about AAA on TNA.
I think Mr. Iguana is going to be there.
Well, Mr. Iguana is in Saudi Arabia. That did thing. So
okay, well,
and also Powerhouse Hobbs. Also, Powerhouse Hobbs is there, so it could be. We don't know. Well, he could show up on the night after or when. Who knows? Because him being there.
Oh, is Raw going to be in Saudi too?
I don't think so. Actually, the more I think, nah. It's not.
So.
Be back in the States.
Yeah. As soon as the show's over, everyone's going to get the fuck out of there.
I think
as long as that plane don't get stuck like a few years ago.
Let's not jinx that.
I don't think we have to worry about that this time.
Thankfully,
Which yet again, I don't know how that's going to work because I don't know if that were to happen. It's like, well, we got NXT is kind of awkward because we have no GM.
Yeah, they almost got a skeleton crew down there, almost as bad as TNA.
Oh yeah, anyway. I can't wait to talk about that in shenanigans. Like,
hey, that plane being stuck was not that bad. We got the Adam Cole business, Daniel Bryan doing that SmackDown.
Baby.
Yeah, then we got the man, and then the Survivor Series thing that year was I had Roman Reigns versus Keith Lee. I wasn't complaining about that at all.
let's be honest, that was the best Survivor Series since. And NXT kicked the main roster's ass, and they rightfully should have.
Also, I think did Ray and Brock at that
What the
Survivor
hell
Series.
is Keith Lee? Is it a heart issue that he's
I
dealing
don't
with?
know, honestly. I really hope he's okay. I leave people alone to whatever they're dealing with. That's not my
I hope
business.
he's okay, because if he tries to leave, AEW is gonna slap so much extra time on his contract for injury.
I think it's just this weight.
And honestly, Tony Khan, unlike others, he actually does care about his locker room, and he's not that vindictive. But according to the contract conduct of the wrestling business, I do see your point, because sometimes you just don't have a choice. You either buy out the contract and lose money, or you tax time on and finish out the contract. But I think with Tony Khan, there's a bit more of a sensible judgment.
I remember one time he had a heart complication, so I'm hoping it's not that. But
Yeah,
I don't think I think it's going on 3 years since he's been on TV.
I believe you're correct. Again, I don't know. And I also don't think we're going to see a DMD either. Someone else also said AJ Lee shows up and eliminates Becky. Gunther better not get beat flat, whatever that means. WrestleMania 42, here he comes. Powerhouse Hospital debut. And someone put a question.
That was me that said that.
Oh, nice. Will the stadium make it through the entire PLE? Is there a sandstorm?
I don't know.
Okay,
but
then
there's
I'm
some
going to...
big ass pieces that they brought over. I hope they structured it correctly.
You
know, I think there's a reason why over half that stadium was empty during SmackDown. I'm just saying. But anyway, hopefully it's not.
I think it was stadium. I think it was a different part of the arena.
Yeah,
a different
that's the
arena
next door. It's next door.
Yeah, so at least, because I was gonna say, it'll be crazy. I don't think they want to spoil what the arena could they look like.
Nah, they use
day before.
They use the arena the next door.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll take y'all's words for it. But hopefully a sandstorm does not blow through this and literally make this thing come crashing down in a catastrophe. And we're excited with the results regardless after this show concludes. So again, folks, that's the Royal Rumble. So what are your picks? What are your surprises? What are your face-offs you want to see? Tease matches for the future. Do you believe that we are going to build some matches on the WrestleMania 42 card officially out of what we see at the Royal Rumble? We are literally just 12 hours away from y'all's deadline to get your predictions in, and we are literally 12 and a half hours away from the Royal Rumble officially beginning, kicking off the road to WrestleMania 42. It may be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, but at the end of the day, we're living here in America, watching it, covering it, dealing with
what
it,
is it?
and
9
we're somehow going
a.m.
to be
for
engaged
me?
with it. What's up?
Is it 9 a.m. for me? No, 11, right? Yeah.
Okay, Walter having trouble with math time zones. Walter,
Yeah,
11. That's 11. It's 11.
It's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bruv. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So 11. Well, 10:30
Yes, 11 a.m.
we start a little early.
Well, we're not ridiculous like WWE. We're not going 2 hours early because fuck that shit. We're going to go maybe an hour early, and you Yahoo's going to do that because I'm not on pre-shows.
I don't want to go a whole hour. Come on, man. Half hour is good enough.
Okay.
I cannot hype I can't hype 4 matches up for an entire hour.
You know, you could be like WWE and just plug every sponsorship, unless you just do something like I did, where I just put our logo and put down this, because this is simpler and better.
And I don't want to go the TNA route and put the fucking commercial on 30 times. So,
Walter, don't remind me. At least they have done better this time around.
That's because it's not live, Charles.
Damn, they beat the shit out of Jack.
There's one question that we did not answer. Who will eliminate Obafemi? I think Obafemi will get eliminated by Harold Hobbs.
I said Cody, just to put that thing full circle.
Nah, Obafemi's going to get the everybody team up on him. Elimination.
Yeah,
just to make Oba that dominant before after he eliminates Brock, by the way, too. It's like, okay.
It might be him and Brock eliminating each other at the same time.
And
probably.
everyone else eliminating them at the same time, actually. That's a good shout.
That actually might work better, because then you got Brock and Oba and then your Mania matches. Like, there you go.
Yeah, so I can't get used to this fucking Doyle name, but his Twitter is still Jake something. What the fuck?
Well, get used to probably him being gone again.
Yeah, he tore his bicep.
Oh, here on
Poor guy.
Yeah, I saw that spot. I was like,
oh, that was on one. Yeah.
Oh, I'm watching it right now. He just came out to the ring. Now, thanks for fucking it up.
Walter, it was on TV. you could actually hear the audio going. He freaking tore his bicep.
Yeah, it's very noticeable.
Yeah, dude,
Ew.
you're
So I'm gonna cringe now.
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Walter. At least you got a heads up.
Yeah, and
Hey,
look at it this way, dude.
I saw live when Sid broke his leg. Not live in person, but on TV. I saw it when it happened. So.
You're unfortunate person to see that shit live.
Poor, unfortunate soul.
Actually, that's not his thing. I'm not.
Yeah, I've seen the clip. It's nasty. It's gnarly. I've never seen it like crumble that easily.
Well, this is the money you can put towards your medical bills if you have a broken body limb. And this is the money you're going to be putting towards ESPN, or this is the money you can be putting towards Walter Cruz and his UFC watch alongs, or this is the money you can be putting in towards any of us.
You can put it towards me on PayPal so I can get my ass to Sacramento February 18th and see AEW.
Money in karaoke nights.
No,
yeah, that is true. No. That is true, people. You should also do that too, so we can get no one to sing.
Yeah, tax-free.
Give it to me and subscribe. I need subscribers and I need money. I'm going to
do that at the same time as well
for an entire 10 days, interviewing wrestlers and doing all this for the channel. Me and JJ are going to
10 days.
Mania. We're going to every event. And the car rental alone is damn near $600.
Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do?
Walter, good luck. You're gonna have a fun time of your life there, buddy.
Yeah, and he's going to be exhausted beyond fucking belief is also what he's going to be. I mean, just saying.
You just realized they have not announced the rest of the people going into the Hall of Fame yet.
So how far into this match does this shit happen?
A little bit early, actually.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you'll see it. You will notice it.
If you want to just blast out like a freaking, reaction while we're doing our plus one, trying to close this thing out, then feel free to. That being said, folks, that's the Royal Rumble. Your predictions be known. Again, you have literally to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to submit your predictions and make them final. Good luck to everybody in the kickoff of this year's WPLE Predictions League 2026. Let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here before Walter cringes. Charles, always a pleasure. Tell where the people can find you.
Maybe I might make this a bit longer, so we can't hear Walter's reaction.
Oh fuck!
he just tagged out.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Continue before I continue.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna continue now. You can follow me on X, of course, under Tizon Randall.
And again, to the simple plug.
Simple plug, and you might probably hear Walter lose his mind.
Probably. That being said, Emmanuel always loses his mind more than the Eminem song, but it's always a pleasure. And shout out to Arlene Dominguez, who I also see as a prediction. So battle the siblings once again. Good luck, Emmanuel. And shout out to Arlene, who, of course, taking care of higher education. Again, Arlene, all the best. Emmanuel, go ahead and plug your stuff where the people can find you.
Yes, you can follow me at Interactive Games and Movies. And you also follow me at Facebook. Emmanuel Dominguez. You could follow my sister Arlene Dominguez at Facebook as well. EDM7324 at Instagram. And Arlene, it's Arlene Dominguez, and then ADM72244 at the X. But yeah, if you want to play like board games, like for example Clue or anything like that, just message me or just say I want to join the live streams. Like I'm looking for players. I mean, like I want to. That's what the highlight. It goes interactive. If no people want to play, how can I be interactive?
Introverted. That's what you are. Introverted.
Yeah. I gotta be rebranded the whole thing. Introverted games and movies. But yeah, after the Rumble, I gotta be playing on live my favorite Royal Rumble year. I gotta keep it at mystery. So if you want to join along, hit your peacock and join along and from top to bottom, I think it's a pretty solid Royal Rumble. So let's see if you agree. If you disagree, maybe you have a favorite year, more better than mine.
I mean, 2007, 2008, 2001, even last year, there's been some good Royal Rumbles, and then there's ones that we don't mention that we rather forget because they were just goddamn awful. That being said, for that, Manuel, thank you. Walter, always a pleasure, man. You got a hell of a call this coming weekend. Go ahead and tell where the people can find you and plug you because, again, you need subscribers, you need the money.
You can find me at Rage of Wrestling on YouTube, Walter.Cruz.940 on Instagram, and on X at Walter Alex Cruz. And there's a VIP package for only $67 in Sacramento. It's fucking AEW. Thank you for being a family company.
Amen. All right. Again, in all the experience, folks, you would not regret if you're a professional wrestling fan. Simple as that. Get back to Ohio. Give me a pay-per-view, damn it. Anyway, to Tony Khan, I'm asking
fuck. I'm in a picture.
Restaurant quality, picture-in-picture, or Picture.
Like I thought for a second he saw the spot for a second.
No, it's on restaurant quality, picture-in-picture.
The fuck television. That being said,
wait, this is DVR. I can fucking forward it.
I like how it took to this moment where someone realizes, oh wait, I can fast forward for this. Let me do that right now. And
I was about to just do this and be like, "We'll be right back," and freaking hell, Walter just be back on his screen.
That was great.
He has to tag Doyle back in, so I don't know.
All right, when did Walter become the play guy for AEW? God come.
Let's wait. Where's they right now? No, let's see once the spot hits. Then you can.
Oh well, that being said, let me see what I can do here.
Noah's got the brain. Do you remember when it happens?
Dude, I barely remember.
I remember. It's when they're when Doyle's on the apron. The apron.
And
he's on the apron right now.
Watch. I think it was one of the FTR members.
Yeah, you'll be driven down. You'll see.
There's a chop fest going on with the.
Dax.
Dax. Oh, yeah, that's coming up.
Can I just say this real quick? Does Dax and Cash and Davis and Doyle look like a four-man group that just go back to throwback traditional men that just throw fists hard at each other?
Mm-hmm.
I love the dynamic heel versus heel match there. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Can I comment the edge sword for Ciampa? He gets put in the TNT title. I could go two ways. He's gonna either job up in his first title opportunity, or if you're working since day one in AEW and he gets a title right away and you don't, it's like you like where you go from here is like apple and oranges. It's like most of the I saw a picture of the all the WWE people who went to
he just did a throat cut.
And most of them are mid-carders, except for two. Tony Storm, who is the main carder, and then Joe actually won the title. And they both won titles. And Swerve actually won a title, too. So it's if they were still in WWE, they would be in the same position. So.
Well, at least they're not in catering. Again, sometimes a wrestler, at the end of the day, wants a different experience. And I'm just going to say this real quick before I finally get back to normal.
I feel like it's going to happen right here.
Here at the Cinema Studios, we endorse the workers, the wrestlers. We do not endorse the companies. At the end of the day, you support somebody.
Ah! Oh, yeah.
There it is. There
it was a DDT out of the corner.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Here at the Cinema Studios, you support the workers, you support the journey, not the companies. This has been a simple message from the Simple Man. Thank you and good night.
Okay, I'm simply rewinding it.
Walter screamed.
Oh, it's cut. It's his own doing. He held onto the rope to take the impact of the DDT.
Well, now for more of our sponsor.
Shut the fuck up, Charles!
Listen, as somebody who trained in wrestling, it's his own fault. He held onto the rope to take the impact of the DDT, and they pulled him.
Yes, thank you for that, Walter. And that is your injury report, courtesy of Ritz Bits and the Rage of Wrestling, Walter Cruz for AEW.
That perfect reaction. There you go. We stayed on the air, folks, to hear that.
You sure it was just his bicep? That shit looked like his shoulder popped out.
Well, the
bicep. It was a bicep.
The shoulder, but I'm not a doctor. It was the bicep. That being said, we'll talk more about injuries, the state of the business, and other stuff on the Saturday Shenanigans as I try and close this thing out. As Walter's enjoying his All Elite recap after not seeing this incredible episode of Diamond on Wednesday. So again,
also cringing at
they
injuries.
Went to the immediate finish after that. I'm surprised this dude kicked out from the splash.
Well, again,
you probably didn't know how bad it was fully until got a certain point.
Exactly. AEW, where wrestlers work and
You
people
can tell they're
wrestle.
telling the referee something because he keeps fidgeting with his earpiece.
And I'm going to fidget you all off the screen a little bit if you don't let the man in the suit speak through plugs as I'm trying to build this
Sorry,
thing
go,
out.
go.
It's all right. It's all right. I endorse it, but also know who's in charge. Again, folks, stay tuned for Saturday Shenanigans after the Royal Rumble. We'll talk about so much madness and more. You think this is something? Wait till JJ hosts this moderate conversation of Wrestling Madness, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live here at the Super Reliable Studios. We are not coming collision because it is standard television. So again, we will see you for AEW when we go down under in Australia for a Grand Slam. If you do want to hear more of my voice and see what else I have to deal with and moderate and try and keep on the rails, follow me if you choose at The Simple Man, at The Simple Brand, to YouTube and X, at InFoster9016 for all things wrestling. It's also how you keep up with prediction leads, prediction league updates, and also our predictions post-show with stats of our own and predictions post-mortem, me and Papagino. Shout out to the moderator. Follow Papagino, of course, you see right there. A great friend, great streamer. He's one of the real ones, definitely. He wasn't here, but I mentioned him again. The Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams. Follow him on the social medias as you see there. Renegade JJ Williams, Casting Studios, RWJJ Williams, Casting Studio. You heard what him and Walter are going to do during WrestleMania weekend in Las Vegas. We actually have some interviews coming up for some of the Polda Mania talent. So stay tuned for more on that. If you haven't already, get your tickets for Polda Mania on the X. Follow Edward San Antonio to get more information, or the GCW Collective, as Polda Mania this year is part of the GCW Collective. Get your tickets today. Tickets are still available. Again,
What the fuck
also,
are you doing, Mox? Oh, sorry, no.
No, you're fine. You know what? It's normal. And also, that's a good question. That being said, Tatilla, of course, she's always staying mighty with Power Rangers and wrestling content. Follow her at Rangers with Wrestling on YouTube and on the social medias, as you see there. And from the Pink Ranger to the Yellow Ranger, don't be a dickhead. Get part of Barry's Army today, our Canadian friend who's a Shinyan Pro Wrestling fan. Again, shout out at Dash, Barry for Wrestling, X, and YouTube. Follow her. Stay tuned. We will be covering the new beginning in Osaka and probably doing some sort of preview discussion before then, too. So please stay tuned for more on that. As here at the Survivor Studios, we look to become your one-stop spot for professional wrestling coverage. Follow all the channels, all the friends, all the feeds, and follow Dominguez as well. And that's all I got to say for now. So what you got to say?
Don't forget, February.
Oh, yes, that's right, because we also are going to do a special side project. Thank you. While we love AEW, and it reminds us of the magic that was captured in what Shayna Baszler even said was the peak of professional wrestling probably ever. We are going in February to take over, as we literally will cover each and every NXT TakeOver show from the best era in professional wrestling and WWE history, the Black and Gold. So stay tuned in February when we take over at the studios with all Black and Gold NXT. And I cannot fucking wait. And again, that's all I got to say for now as I leave with this. As always, there are no winners, no losers, no betters, just fans of opinions with this passion we all share. At the end of the day, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, just do alive and enjoy professional wrestling. It's truly as simple as that. And I thank you all for tuning in as always. With that being said, thank you so much again for tuning in, even to this aftermath madness that happens here sometimes on this moderated conversation of predictions, anything but. Hope you all enjoyed, got some hype, and got some fun discussion of your own out of it. Please subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bells, videos live and on any of the feeds here on YouTube or any of the channels. Hit subscribe buttons, because I assure you, the passion, the discussion, the predictions, the content, the creativity, the ingenuity, the silliness, and the madness I have to endure as I moderate these is not going to live anytime soon. Also, City Predicting will be branching out into GCW, hosted by regular JJ Williams. Further details are to come up on that, as the first GCW City Predicting team, I believe, is literally this upcoming Monday night, are welcome to join. And again, the GCW thing is going on right now, so if you want score updates, follow me on the socials as you saw. There will, of course, be updates for both GCW and WWE following, of course, this weekend and Monday Night Raw. But I think that's all I got to say for now, as we, again, are literally on the countdown for a Rumble
Cody.
that kicks off the road to WrestleMania. She's enjoying Timeless Citrus. And apparently, Maria Shafir is an admirer of Mina Shirakawa. Who isn't? And apparently, Tony might need more milk. Damn. So, that being said, thank you all so much. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Again, enjoy WWE. Enjoy AEW. Enjoy TNA, ROH, HOG, GCW, New Japan, Stardom. Just enjoy wrestling. And if you don't enjoy wrestling, find a friend or a fan that can help you at least take in wrestling or learn it, study it, because truly wrestling can and really is everything. And I think I've literally said everything that needs to be said tonight. So on behalf of all of you in the chat that have been tuning in, thank you so much. Again, thank you to Step Boy Mike that joined the conversation. For Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, who's all asleep, now that's all he has me. For Charles Schultz, who did not fall down manacle and spoke his piece. For Emmanuel Dominguez, who now has a trap card that apparently has a counterattack, believe it or not. And also any duel monster could probably beat him in Mortal Kombat. But he also can beat you in games. You might be able to beat him there. For Emmanuel Dominguez, for Arlie Dominguez, don't believe in Chase U. Believe in something else. I'm not going to say his name.
Joe Hendry?
Yes, sir! Fucking
His name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
What is freaking hell the fucking gang that donates killing doesn't know how to freaking preserve anything for their damn life? Freaking money ass grabbing machine that don't give a shit about your fucking life or your damn dumb opinion.
Tune in next week to As the Orange Peels.
Do you believe, Noah, that he's going to win the Rumble?
You're all fucking idiots.
Hey, man, I'm just watching Tony and Cassidy, okay?
I know, and you're trying to write a soap opera as we speak better than RJ City, who still doesn't have a graphic. Oh, God.
Why
What the fuck does Moxley have to do with FDR? What the fuck was that about?
I'll tell you later. Again, folks, we're all late for life, and we love all things professional wrestling, but AEW truly is one of my biggest delights. Thank you all for tuning in. In the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night, bang. And this has been another edition of Simply Predicting. Let's rumble, let's get some sleep, and then let's go watch Collision, because I do think that show's going to be far better as a professional wrestling fan.
Don't forget to peel your oranges before you consume it.
Well, yeah, stop that!
Also, damn, we still need that one match type, by the way, Walter suggested. We still need that.
No, we don't. We fucking don't. I'm going to hit the button before freaking Safet puts it in the chat. Have a good night, folks. We'll see you for the Rumble in less than 12 hours. Bye-bye. Oh,
You mean the bisexual brawl?
Hey,
The lesbian
Fucking
lingerie
dickhead.
match.
fucking dickheads turn me into Roderick Strong. Ah! We're going to yell everybody's name. Fucking hell. All right, I'm hitting the button. Good night, everybody. Oh, my
Night,
God.
baby.
Oh,
Yell
Three,
his
two,
name and we're off the air.
Thank Christ this is over. AEW.